Good afternoon, clowns. We're here again for another interview. It's good to see Dean Daughters in the chat thread. We've missed you the past couple of weeks on the URL, fella. Hope you're doing well over there. Hope your new project is going well. Russ is in the building as well, and so is the Sounds of James, and so is Jordan Williams. So welcome to everybody at the moment. Make sure you like and share the stream. You are currently listening to our interviewee for the day, and that would be Rich Lambo. Rich is quite a private guy, so this is quite a big thing for him to be out on camera and talking and opening himself up, which is great to see. So, without further ado, let's get our interviewer in. Eric!
Yo!
How's it going,
How's everybody? Good, how is everybody out there?
Yeah, not too bad at all. Sun's shining, life is pretty good,
Sounds like a Bob Marley song or something.
Okay, so there's our interviewer, and here is our interviewee.
Please welcome to the
stage,
Richard!
How's it going, guys?
All good, better for seeing you, Rich, I can tell you.
What?
Hey!
So I'm gonna improve the light level here in one moment.
This track is available on the CLOWNARMY Bandcamp. This is on Rich's release on the CLOWNARMY Bandcamp. So if you feel like giving the CLOWNARMY a pound for the sound, hop on over to the Bandcamp and do that, pretty please. It's a great track. The whole EP is lovely. It really, really is. And I made a spelling mistake when I put it up as well. And he was like, no, it fits. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, I'm glad you think it does, mate.
I never knew that.
Yeah, there's a spelling mistake in there. I think I named the album something that it actually wasn't. He was like, don't worry, it works. I'm like, oh, thank God for that. Some people get arsy about that kind of thing, but not Rich. He just rolls with the punches.
No, I don't remember what it was. It was because I know I named it Mind, Body, Spirit. And the word you changed it was, it was pretty much the same thing. It was like a synonym. So I was like, oh, screw it. Sounds just as good.
Yeah. So, as usual, I will be popping in from time to time just with sarcastic comments and bits and pieces like that. But yeah, the main attraction today is Eric and Rich. So, without further ado, Eric and Rich, take it away, motherfucker.
Wait, we're the main attraction? I thought
guess.
this show was all around Mark just rubbing his nipples for us for 30 minutes to 3 hours. What the fuck? When did we become the main attraction?
No, if you don't realize what happened, he just threw a grenade in and ran.
That's the one. We just got it.
You're like,
have that, boys.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun now. Oh God, we're left unsupervised. What are we to do with ourselves, Richard?
Wait a minute. This is supposed to be a family-friendly show, right?
Is it? I don't know. The last time I showed my ball sack and got the stream cut off, you missed it, man. You missed it.
Well, obviously, if you got the stream cut off.
So, yeah, I want to thank everybody out there that's watching right now. I want to thank everybody catching the restream later. You guys are all beautiful. Thank you for tuning in to our shenanigans. I think everybody that's watching right now has been here for past interviews, but if you're new to what we're doing here, we throw a poll up in the URL group, put a couple names on there, producers from around the CLOWNARMY. We let you guys pick who you want to see us torture with a million questions, and this time around, you pick this beautiful man, Richard Lambo. Yay! Fucking Richard is actually a really good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. Now I've lost count of the years, like fucking 8 years.
It's been a bit.
A while, yeah.
Yeah.
You're actually one of the few human beings from the CLOWNARMY, though it's an ever-growing list and it's about to get bigger May 23rd, of people that I've met from around the CLOWNARMY in person, in the real life, the real world, outside of the virtual matrix. Richard and I actually used to live like, 45 minutes away from each other, an hour away from each other?
Yeah, it was like an hour.
Yeah. We both were, he still lives there. I've unfortunately migrated to the Great White North, but yeah, we both used to live in the Tampa Bay area. And I think the first time we met up, Mark will love this. We went to a Psytrance show together. Yeah.
Actually, that's where we were. That's what I wanted us to go to. What we went to was was like a progressive house because it
Was
was
it?
like really, yeah, it was a progressive house. It was like a bar. It was open. It was really really chill.
I
But
thought it
Yeah.
no,
was a
we didn't.
ministry gig.
No, he and I then no. This is the one where we met. Then the one
Right.
he
Yeah.
drove. Then the second time we hung out when he drove down after moving away, we went and saw Frontline
Ministry.
Assembly,
Yeah.
Ministry, Gary Newman, Frontline Assembly.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was a good time.
Yeah, I'm jealous about that. I really am.
The best part was hanging out with Richard in his studio. It was like
You mean-
a in-person studio tour.
It's like having a toddler in there, man. Don't touch that.
No.
Stop that. No.
Bah.
That knob was where I wanted it.
I don't
The one on the sense too.
I don't know if you ever caught on to the fact that while I was there, every time you got up and went to the bathroom, I did change all the settings on all of your synthesizers. I don't
Yeah.
know whatever happened after when you turned everything on. Was it pretty god awful?
Oh no, it wasn't bad at all. I think I just quit music for like 2 months. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I always joke because I did the same thing to frickin' Armando when we were in Berlin, and I always joke, wouldn't it be fucked up if I did that to somebody and they turn all their synths on and then get like a #1 top of the chart song out of the random shit that I turned all their knobs and buttons to? I'd be like, that son of a bitch, that's my patch.
And there we are. So so we know that your dreams involve working a lot of knobs and switches.
Yes,
Very good.
yes. You got to work on your strong points. You know what I mean? You got to work with the gifts God gave you, man. So, Richard, you're also a fellow admin for the URL group. How long you been around the
Yes.
Clown Army? How'd you find the Clown Army, and how long ago?
I actually that one the absolute beginning was I think Mark started putting videos up of him doing doing hardware tracks, like short, like 1 or 2 tracks or something. But he put one up, it caught my eye. I was like, okay, this is cool, and I'll just come right out at it. He sucked me in with the 80s sci-fi movie samples.
Yeah,
I believe it was They Live.
Oh,
But
really nice.
yeah, I mean, yeah, some John Carpenter on top of it. But anyway, I saw that. I saw the one video and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like what this guy's doing. And at the time I was looking at a lot of videos of people doing stuff with hardware. A lot of people were demoing hardware, but I wasn't seeing a lot of people like actually playing with hardware. So a lot where
Right.
people were talking about playing with hardware or reminiscing from like the 90s when some people did it because that was the only option they had. But no, I didn't actually see anybody do it. So like watching a video, I'm like, okay, this kicks ass. Another video come up, watch it, another video come up, watch it. And then next thing I know, we're Facebook friends, and then I see these posts about the URL and I go in there and I start participating there. Then that led to, the what do you call it? Sorry, I'm in the middle of talking and the name Deep Fried Walrus comes up and everything else left my mind.
I know, right?
Whoever you are, really
That is
nice name.
Really good
Also,
name. Also, that was a really
Oh.
sweet message. I've always been a fan of your music, and you have influenced me quite a lot over the years. Thank you for loving the music with me. Ah. Oh, it's dodging. It's Chris.
oh
Chris.
shit!
Chris, where'd you come up with that name, Deep Fried Walrus? I love it.
Of course it was. Dude, this guy and I. He lives here in Tampa. This guy is like literally like my little brother. We have been
Aw.
friends for. We have been friends. our friendship started about the same time my obsession with like, dance related music and stuff, club music.
Ooh.
Because he hung out with me like in the very beginning, and we have been friends ever since. So, but yeah, he's like my little brother. So yeah, all right, good one, buddy.
I think I met him through you, and we've been
You
talking
did.
ever since.
Yeah,
It's a
you did.
shame I didn't get to link up with him when I was still in the Tampa area. Our schedules were just out of whack. It never worked out, but it's a fucking shame, man. I would like to meet that man in person. He's a funny guy.
Yeah. All of us are so busy. This adult thing, man. I don't
It's
know.
the worst thing I ever decided to do. I mean, what
I'm
the
seriously
fuck was I
thinking about
thinking?
canceling the subscription.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
real. Can I just be like 5 years old or something again? Shit in my pants or whatever the fuck I was doing at 5.
well, I don't know. That's not appealing either. Let's see if we can find some common ground here.
Okay, 15.
You can always rely on Eric to lower the tone.
I'm good at that, I guess. So yeah, you had saw the videos Mark was doing working with hardware and stuff.
Yeah, and then I became, and the funny thing is I was in the process of trying to do the same thing myself. And I think how it was I caught him is at the time I had grabbed a bunch of the first generation the Iris stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I was searching for like videos on people using the gear because I was like looking for little tips and this, that, and the other. And I think that's what pulled him in because at the time he had a good bit of that gear on there. So, and in fact, I think it was the fact that he had the TR8 was the first thing I keyed on. So, but then that just, that Clown Army URL Fest.
A little known secret, Mark's favorite 303 acid machine is the TB3. It's his favorite acid machine. Ask anybody. I knew that would trigger him. He's so easy to wind up.
TB3, that's the one from the IRA, from the...
Yeah, I got one here still.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I had. It's funny, like so many people hated that thing. I actually wish I could get my hands on another one. They are pretty cool. I remember
gotten harder to get a hold of.
I saw one. They brand new. They were like 300. I saw them on Reverb for like 500 plus. That's insane.
What? Yep, that honestly, they're becoming a sought after piece, and it is a good 303 player, but it's not. It just doesn't quite have the right sound. It's more like a sample player rather than a 303 because you choose your patches on it rather than having like the original noise to it. Also, what I've noticed since I started is like very few people were doing hardware sets, and now it's just absolutely fucking exploded. I was in like a niche to start with, and then 9 years later we're doing it now, and every fucker's got like shit tons of fucking hardware. Especially modular as well. It's just really taken off in the past.
I think these synth manufacturers are doing their jobs very well.
I think these synth manufacturers get a lot of free advertising.
Yeah, literally, right?
I think they got a lot of free marketing.
Yeah, literally.
It's like,
I can't even imagine, man.
Hi, look at my synthesizer. It's glowing with green lights. Who the fuck could be the manufacturer?
I wonder. It's got a red, orange, yellow, and white buttons. I wonder who made this. More choice than ever before when it comes to gear now. Dean's right.
Absolutely.
You know what I got to say about that is there's a wide range of product lines now. So you can get something very entry level like Mark's favorite, the Volcas, or any of those real cheap entry level. Yeah, You love it and you fucking know it.
I was waiting for it.
But you got any of those entry level things where you can get a fucking something that makes noise for like $100, $150. You know what I mean? And then it ranges all the way up to like those pro synthesizers that we all jerk off and wish we could have. Like for me, it's the Polybrute if I could get my hands on a Polybrood, if I could afford a Polybrood, I'd be a very happy man.
Sorry, we
What?
have an unscheduled guest.
Oh, nice pussy, bro. I always figured you would have
You've been waiting. I feel like you've been waiting a long time for the perfect setup to say that.
It just fell in my lap.
Man, that cat loves you.
It just, that's why I can't. It's like he's in the middle of an interview. He's like, I don't care. Hold me. Okay.
Yeah.
Come here, buddy. We can do this over the top of you. It's fine.
I've petted Richard's pussy in person.
We really have to find another way for you to phrase that.
Or do we? Or do we?
Or do we?
Dean says he'll take a Polybrute too. So
I saw that. And by the way, everybody that's in here, I didn't say hi, well, not because I was rude, but because I was nervous. So appreciate you all there.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the equipment. So I mean, I remember getting kind of my interest being reinvigorated when it was like, oh, well, somebody's decided to come out with somebody has decided to come out with analog again. You know, so like when the Arturian Mini Brute came out, and I can remember it was like, oh, not only can you have, you know, but I'm talking like the first one, the generation one, when it came out, and it's like, oh, well, now you can have analog and it doesn't cost, you know, four figures. Like $400 analog synth. That was insanity. And now I mean, you can get a lot of good stuff, analog included, for sub 500. And I think that's awesome. And
it's also a trap though, too. It can be a trap.
It is a trap, but when the bigger stuff, I mean, I feel like I've been very strategic in my acquisitions after a couple of really bad missteps in the beginning. But I feel like I was very strategic with my acquisitions so that I have a little bit of overlap. But right now, like, I'm not in a urge to go add anything. Like, anything I add to my studio right now would be a matter of lust.
I think we all want to know what those bad decisions were.
Yes.
Okay.
Spill the beans, Richard. Spill the beans.
Okay. I didn't realize that I was going to accidentally bring up an interesting topic. Okay, so things that missteps I made. Well, I'll keep it to my two. I tell people this pretty regularly when the subject comes up. The two that I most regret, piece of equipment I regret getting rid of: my Innovation Base Station 2, which I'm always on the lookout for a cheap one these days, because that thing was just amazing. And it's easy to get good shit out of it too. And the other one was I lucked myself into a Tempest.
Really?
Yeah, Dave Smith, the Dave Smith Roger Lynn drum machine, and what a beast. And the problem with me having that was it was so early. Like right now, I would love to have it again because I have a better idea what to do with it. But I mean, we're talking what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Or eight or 9 years ago by now, I guess. But
yeah, I think you still had the Tempest and maybe a lot of Era stuff when I first met you. You might have.
I didn't have the Tempest was long gone. I had but I hadn't got the 707 yet. It was, Dean. The only thing was, I know you've played with sequential Dave Smith stuff, but at least the menu is familiar with, the navigating the menu and the buttons around it, everything. It was like, you can navigate a Rev 2 or a Prophet or something. It was kind of the same thing. But then you got into sound layering, and you had like 18 voices or 16, 18 or 16 sounds that you could use, pages of sound, but you only had 6 voices. They're all analog voices, but you had to do a lot of creative use of the voices if you wanted to do complex stuff.
So why is it a regret
Why is it regret? Because that was before I kind of got my
Just the timing of it or whatnot.
that, and also I kind of started to. I've always liked drum machines, but then I think it kind of started to slip into a little bit more of an obsession. And it's one of those. Oh my god, I can't believe I had that in my hands. Like you appreciate what you had. What it ended up becoming trade currency, and that got me my first electron was my analog keys, and I still have that, and I love that, and it'll never go anywhere. And if I ever get my hands on another Tempest, it'll go in the same category.
Yes. I came so close to buying a Tempest maybe 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I found a really good deal on it. I wasn't even looking for anything at the time, but I'm always window shopping because I'm weird like that. And I found a really good deal on one, and I came so damn close to getting it, but I was just like, no, you don't need it, Eric. Stop buying shit you don't need. And here I am without a Tempest. What is that? Holy shit.
Yeah. It's an amazing machine.
And I thought they were more expensive than that these days.
Yeah.
The prices, they really fluctuate. I'll go look, they're like here, they'll be like, oh, it's $1,000. And then 6 months later, oh, they're 15. Then you hear about them going up to $2,000. And then you come back like a year later, oh, they're $1,000 again. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit. So I just don't have the appropriate funds, and it's at the appropriate price at the same time.
Right.
It is a beast of a drum machine. I watched somebody who tried to recreate the same kick on the machine, so did exactly what he did the first time round, the second time round, and just couldn't create the same kick again. So I'm not sure if that's a downfall of the machine, but you're never going to get quite the same thing out of it twice.
It could make it unique,
Well, yeah. The thing is it's got, with drums, if you're using everything it's got, it would have to be really complex, because if I remember correctly, you have 2 oscillators and 2 sample layers. So how you're mixing things then becomes pretty important.
Yeah.
But so I would think any bump in any of that would just destroy consistency.
Yeah, absolutely. The only real hands-on equipment that I've had from Dave Smith has been the Evolver, and that thing was just an absolute fucking pig to program. It really, really was. Honestly, the input matrix on it was absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it was not too dissimilar from the Waldorf, the Blofeld desktop.
Okay.
And again, really? I think them both. Well, if I remember correctly, the Evolver just had the small screen and like a little horizontal row of knobs, right?
That's the one.
And you basically had, if it's this, then we use the knob for this. If it's this, we use the same knob. Well, the Waldorf does the same thing. It's like you have like buttons for different menus, and you have 4 knobs that control everything.
Yeah.
Or however many knobs it is. I can't remember.
I need more knobs. I can't have too many buttons. I need to be able to do this.
Yeah, I'm a 1 knob per function kind of guy.
Mark, you owe me $1, man. Even if we have to do, see, I told you I'd only have to say it 3 times before you'd bring up knobs. It only took me 3 times to using the word knob in my explanation. Bam. I need to get more knobs. Okay.
This is how gas starts. I got to back up to something Dean said. He's got three, I count, Mini Brute 2S's from a Turia outlet store on Reverb. He just picked them up. 3 of them, Dean. What are you doing with 3 Mini Brutes?
Yeah, why is the need of 3 of them? That is insane. Go for it.
Well, if you my guess is going to be the deal was too good to pass up.
Yeah.
It'd be like, wow, that you have that deal where you think, well, man, this is so good. I could probably sell these other 2 and get the first one for free.
See? Yep, he just collaborated. The price
is right. Yeah. Dean, I would imagine Dean to be shrewd when it comes to shopping for gear.
Oh, I can only imagine. Exactly.
Look, I didn't even see what he said. Yeah, it's all about the deal search. Yep.
Oh Lord. So yeah, you've been around for
mental blackout for Eric there then.
Good,
Shit,
better
I'm
him than
supposed to
me.
be asking questions. Ah!
Wait, that's my job to ask questions? I thought Richard was asking the questions.
I told you this was going to be an intervention. Now you're the one being interviewed.
Interviewed
So,
or
Eric,
interventioned?
a little bit of both.
Or both.
We have a plan for that. We have a plan. Shh, don't let him in on it. Don't let him in on it.
When everybody's here in May, they're gonna be like, Eric, can you go out to the store for some milk? I'll be like, oh yeah, sure. And I'll come back and I'll be sitting in a circle with that guy from the show Intervention, and I'll be like, what the fuck? I'm gonna bolt out the door if that happens.
I'm curious as to what the intervention would actually be for.
Synthesizers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, shit. We could all be a target for that one.
Speakers and cables.
Especially that clown. You know, the guy with the background of freaking toys jumps out like, "Hi, yeah, all this shit," and bail. Okay, yeah, you don't have it right now. I forgot you changed it up. Still got some nice basses up there, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if he gets one of those tracker cameras, we could take this the URL to the next level. I think we should all do a GoFundMe and get Mark a 360 tracker camera for the URL in Clownfest.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you should see my unused pile. MS-2000, Microkorg, Base Station 2, Mofo. Honestly, the list is insane, but that's for my retirement fund when I have to sell it. And
I was going to ask, why don't you sell some of that off?
It's retirement fund, mate. It literally is, you know.
And also some of that's going to be hard to. I would find the Mofo hard to part with if I had.
Yeah. Absolutely. I find everything hard to part with. I had an OB12. It was my first synth that I ever bought, an OB12. But it sounded like wading through mud. It was really melancholy, the whole synth. So I got rid of it, and I just regret the fuck out of selling it now. You know. So.
Which one was your first one?
Come again?
Oh. I was just asking. Which one did you say was your first one? I didn't quite catch the model.
OB12. Oberheim OB12.
The big blue virtual analog one.
That's the one. That's the one.
It was so cool looking, and I heard it had nothing but issues. So
yeah.
I wanted one too when I saw them.
I'd like to get it back just because I got rid of it, but that's a stupid thing to do. You know, move on, get a better synth. You know, make it. You know. Anyway.
I want to say I read that people may have found a way to address some of the issues. I'm not sure. You know, every now and then there's a few synths out there that enough people like them, and they're like, "Oh, but this sucks." And then you hear about somebody, able to do an open source repair or something.
The thing I liked about it was absolutely hands-on. There was literally no menu diving. It had a ribbon cable. It was lovely, but it just sounded like a melancholy synth. You know, you don't want you know.
That's a good description.
In fact, I saw it in a synth group not very long back, and they were like, "What's the most, melancholy synth?" And literally, OB12.
For real?
Yeah, literally. But I would like.
I love a good melancholy synth. I mean, that's definitely. Give you some dark sounds. I would say for me, although it's probably got more of a range than that, and also it's kind of the first synth I became obsessed with a Polymoog.
Oof. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's singing strings, that Vox Humana patch is I mean, it's iconic, but it's also like one of the first sounds that like got into my brain and like sucked me in and was like, what the hell is making that sound? You know. Prior to that, all I thought about synthesizers was the electronic keyboard. Boom.
Yep. I remember when I first started getting into synthesizers, I had just electronic music in general. It all started just wondering, how the fuck did they make that noise? Was it a guitar? Was it this? Was it that? And then I went down a long rabbit hole and I'm like, a synthesizer. And the rest is history.
Yeah, I love when you hear things or you see somebody playing something and the whole time you assume like, oh, that must be bagpipes that are making that sound. It totally sounds like bagpipes. And the dude's like, I don't know, spinning a hula hoop on the guitar strings or something. You know, it's
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I would never guess that. I mean,
Yeah.
there's other examples. I can't think of them right now, but there are things where you're like, oh, for years and years and years, I know what's making that sound. Surprise. No, you don't.
So Richard,
Yes, sir.
I'm curious, what was some of the first like musicals, like what's the first song or whatever that you heard when you're a really young, tiny Richard that caught your interest? Like,
First off, did you call me a tiny dick?
I knew you'd pick up on that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. All right, but what do you mean, like first, like any song? Like, what can I remember the first like music that ever grabbed me
Yeah.
and made me pay attention?
Yeah.
That's a good question, and not something I've thought about in a long time. I mean, I can tell you some things that I remember first. I mean, some of this is going to be weird, but I mean, I grew up in a family listening to a lot of country music. So, you know,
I could see that in like New
Johnny
Orleans.
Cash, Willie Nelson. Yeah, that would come much later. But I always remember because I would listen to music with my grandmother, and she liked Tom Jones. And to this day, I will still stop and listen to a Tom Jones song.
Me too.
I love when Chicane had him on one of his songs. I think it was Stoned in Love. And then I remember in the 80s he came out and he did a bit. Him and Prince did like I believe it was a cover of Art of Noise song. And yeah, just like he was just one of those guys, like, you know, in the background. And it only on one hand it seemed like people would kind of like, you know, make fun of, but you know, if you're in Vegas, you know, it's probably one of the coolest dudes. But
Yeah.
but anyway, so I mean, I never came so up. My introduction to that was my grandmother loving it and playing it all the time on a cassette player, those dodgy little ones with the strap on it you carried around.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you had to listen to something on that today, you'd be like, "Oh, this is painful." But
Yeah.
I mean, that and the, you know, the big wooden cabinet with the record player, stuff like that.
I'm a
But yeah,
collector of such oddities.
I know. Yeah, damn right there. What's new, pussycat?
That's
Whoa,
what I think of
whoa.
when and sex bomb.
Yep.
That for me is typical Tom Jones.
Yep.
I wonder what he was talking about in that song. I can't put my finger on
I don't
it.
know. I can't imagine. Or, you know,
I can't put my finger in it either.
there it was. There. See, yeah. Thank you, Dean. So I don't look like I'm completely crazy.
So
because
how did it
I'm missing a lot of these great comments, and I'm just checking on this side, and I'm just like, they're just like some. It just Dean's like goes to play guitar with hula.
Yeah.
I'm just cracking up at this.
Dean, we need to see a video now of you playing a guitar with a hula hoop. There's no questions asked. You got to. We need it by 12 p.m. tonight.
I see it. I think. Oh, yeah.
So how did your
the side just said something about that Tim Jones? Was that a joke, or did you actually mean Tom Jones?
I believe that's a spelling mistake.
Like, was it Tim Jones, that dude that like had the cult and shit?
That was Jim Jones.
That was Jim Jones.
Drink that Kool-Aid.
You purple Kool-Aid drinking motherfucker.
You see how I could mix that up, man? That purple Kool-Aid looked pretty damn good. I just added a cup of sugar to it. The comments are flowing in.
I know.
I think we got a lot of stoners in the group tonight. But how would you describe your sound change or your taste in music changing over the years from the early days of like catching the stuff that maybe your parents or grandparents were playing? Because I feel like that's the way a lot of us get introduced into music. I mean, it makes sense. They're, you know, our parents or grandparents were around them. Obviously, they're going to listen to stuff. We're going to pick up on it. But how did it evolve? What was some of the first things that you broke out and sought after on your own, music-wise, or that caught your interest?
just real quick, the start was kind of multi-pronged because my family was kind of split. So I had country from my mom, Tom Jones type stuff, and Lawrence Welk. Watching Lawrence Welk as a kid growing up, that was my grandmother. And for my dad, it was like funk and like Motown and like some 70s. Like, my dad's collection is where I found the Donna Summer albums and stuff like that.
Nice.
So, and just a lot of other just really cool music. So I got introduced to a lot of stuff at the ground level from different areas. Now the stuff I started like really, when I started breaking out and really looking up stuff on my own, was probably like, I don't know, like right around, I guess when most people do, like around our early teens. I think it was 12 when I got Depeche Mode, Some Great Reward.
Nice. I love that album.
And that started me down that road, which, that led to The Cure, New Order, Joy Division, all of that stuff. So that was a big part. But at the same time, I started hanging out with like skaters and stuff like that. So I started getting into like hardcore and punk. So that was like another side of it. And then got introduced to metal. And then after metal, it was like, there was synth pop. I think my love with synthesizers and drum machines started with like 80s synth pop. Again, New Order was a big start of that. But there's right as I kind of got out of high school level, then I started discovering industrial music and Ministry, Skinny Puppy, stuff like that. So then I was like, okay, you can have electronic stuff and you can have dark stuff and put it together. And that blew my mind. And then I went a whole, other direction with that. And then I found my way back into like techno from like stuff that was in the movies. As cheesy as it sounds, I'm going to tell you the first Mortal Kombat movie soundtrack, or should I say the 3 soundtracks?
Me too.
Right back in '95. That was massive for me as far as exposure to electronic groups, industrial groups, other groups that kind of went in and out of it. I mean, there are so many groups that were on that first one that I still listen to. That's a good song too. Yeah, I like that. Ministries.
Jason built my.
Jesus built my hot rod.
Oh, Jesus built, not Jason.
Yeah, Jesus built my hot rod. I think this one, the singer from Butthole Surfers is on.
In love with the world, so there was only one thing that I could do was ding a ding dang my dang along ding long.
It's a brutal. Yeah. This whole Psalm 69 album is brutal.
Yeah, it's fucking brutal.
I love it. Front to back, I love it. This one and A Mind Is a Terrible Thing to Taste are my favorite.
I remember being 14 at my face on acid and club, banging my fucking head to that. All of us just looking fucking rude, mocking, just absolutely beautiful.
It's just, I just like different slices sometimes. You want something to charge forward, but scrape your brain at the same time.
Yeah,
it's hard to beat. But then after that,
I was just raging out.
No, I love it. Shit, it's not like we sat there and listened to that track together live. So, but from there, then I kind of looped back into electronic music. And then somewhere, I would say, kind of underneath the surface through my entire life has been like almost a separate appreciation for movie soundtrack music. Like, and not like what I was talking about, the soundtrack for Mortal Kombat, but like actual scores.
Yep.
Like I think, I mean, it's an obvious choice, but I think Hans Zimmer is insane.
Oh, God.
Like if I see a movie says, music by Hans Zimmer, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm watching this now.
No choice.
It's about two frogs looking for a leaf to hide from the rain. All right.
Whatever.
2
Say
hours of
less.
his music. Okay, fine. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy how this. Not crazy. It's huge how the soundtrack can really make or break a movie too. Sometimes like you said, I don't even know what the fuck the movie's about, but I can tell you almost every second of the soundtrack.
There are some movies that I like, but there are some movies I like because of the movie. There are some movies I like for various reasons. Everybody's got complex things that hook them, but soundtrack music.
John Carter said, "How about John Carpenter?"
Oh, John Carpenter. Yeah, are you kidding? And that and then synthwave, because that's kind of that was a building block for that style, which I like that too. But again, that's that whole retro 80s, but you get to keep the synthesizers and the drum machines, and I don't know. It's one of those things that's just like, hey, this is all shit we like. We're gonna throw it in here, and it works. So I love a good synthwave. I love a good synthwave, or again, some of the rougher version, like cyberpunk type stuff. I love that too.
Hell yeah. I love Giorgio Moroder's soundtracks that he did for movies. They really they really fit the movies and move it along nicely. Like the soundtracks in some of the movies, like Cat People, for instance, like it's a mediocre movie, honestly. The movie itself is like meh, but the soundtrack is what moves it along,
You mean from the 80s, the Cat People, the one that didn't have David Bowie in it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Man, that wasn't that horrible of a movie.
I don't think David Bowie was in it, but I think he was on the soundtrack for it.
No, there was some movie because the Cat People, they were like, it was like a werewolf thing, but
with
like
cats,
the chick,
yeah.
I remember the girl like turning into like a Black Panther.
Yeah, I remember that film had such a buzz about it, and it was on late night Channel 4, and I'm like, oh, I must watch this film, and it was like, is that it? Is that what it's about?
Yeah,
because in the movies, there was the hoopla was that it was like, it was the sex and violence, angle with that one, but
some of those dreamscape scenes that Giorgio Moroder did the soundtracks on are fucking just top notch, man. They take you out of your mind, and put you right into that dream that they're trying to depict on the screen. I don't know. That's one of those ones I got the soundtrack on vinyl. Not to be a vinyl bro, but
no, I have a few myself. The one I'm looking for is actually the Flash Gordon movie soundtrack from
yes.
Man, I played that so hard when I was young. I love that
Me too.
album. It is the only Queen album that I agree with. Like the only, and it's just beautiful. And apparently they went to Queen and they were like, can you chuck a few tracks in here and there? And Freddie Mercury went, why don't we write like a score for the whole thing? And it just fits so well, and it's so good.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Like the music they did that, and all the music that they had that kind of got used through the Highlander series.
Oh yeah,
because some of their songs that they use for Highlander are like some of the like perfect emotional moments.
Yeah, I would.
It actually it was like their song is what gave it the weight. Like if they use another track, it'd been like, I don't give a shit about this guy. But because Queen was playing at the same time, you were like, oh.
It was like elevated that shit.
Yeah, it brought some legitimacy to it.
So tell me, how did your taste in music evolve over the years, and like how did you come into like the dance music, the rave scene over the years for your musical taste? Because I get there's parallels between a lot of the I don't know what you call it, like punk and industrial scene, and then the rave scene. Like it's electronic music.
Yeah, electronic music. I mean, I think there's like parallels with a lot of the stuff, but it could also just be how my brain organizes it too. You know,
Yeah.
my brain, I always think about, well, this music was here and then it branched off to this, and this. And it's not even for the sake of, I know some people are like, oh, why do you have to label or categorize everything? It's not really, it's just how I organize shit in my head.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, and I think some people like to call people out for that. And I'm like, fuck off.
Fuck off.
But, yeah, but so electronic, but yeah, that to me, that's a big separate branch. You're like, oh, got into club music, because then from there, like that was all my focus for a very long time because there's so much to explore.
Yeah. And it was fresh. It was really fresh at the time, if that makes sense.
So that would have been, that's like about 96, 97. So here, the big things were like funky breaks, excuse me, electro breaks, things like that. So I definitely developed favorites there. Started listening to like just regular trance, loved it. I just, I tend to sometimes gravitate more to the softer side of music. Then I slingshot back and want to go listen to something like Ministry, but the rest of the time I'm usually like on more the softer melodic side of things.
What is this?
Electric Universe.
A black screen.
This song is insane. Electric Universe. That's Psytrance, probably one of my Psytrance artists I really like. So
I think it's Mark's favorite artist too.
It's Mark's favorite genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck?
I was waiting
middle
for you.
fingers tonight. What the hell?
He's gonna keep it going. I'm like, all right. It's a sign of love in the Clown Army, isn't it? I thought it was.
I think all of us trolling Mark has been an ongoing thing for a decade now. And he loves it.
At this point, it's a bonding activity.
Yeah.
But yeah, him being a good sport about it is what makes it fun.
Yes.
Also a good reaction from time to time.
I mean, I get it. I get Psytrance. It passes me by. It really does.
I like the smoothness of it.
It is, and I mean, the production levels on the stuff. I mean, it's, if anything, you listen to it and you're like, this might be too clean.
Yeah.
But, right. I mean, it's like if there's a genre where I think like their production is kind of like on a surgical level.
Yeah, that's how Psytrance sounds.
Yeah.
I like the rollingness of it, how it keeps rolling along. It's something you could easily get lost just dancing around to, and you don't have to think too much.
Well, that's kind of the thing. I mean, it's the trance inside.
Right, that's enough of that.
I wondered how long we were going to get away with that. I was like, is he going to let the entire song play? Oh man.
What a brain it on my side trance brain, Mark. What the fuck? I was doing my one dance move. That's it. That's my one.
I don't even have that, man. I got like the little head bob. I'm like, Quagmire.
I need to play some of this just to balance it out a bit,
Oh man, but that's good.
Yeah, this is a great fucking track. And again, it's kind of along the Tom Jones vibe from earlier. This is Rod Stewart.
Yep. Yeah. No, I love when they do stuff like that. It's like they sat there and like, what's the most unhinged thing we can do in our style?
Yeah.
We can make people who would never listen to this track listen to it.
Yeah.
I always imagined that was motivation for stuff like this. I love it.
It's just this beautiful. That bass line is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And Rich, you're a fellow bass player, is that right?
Well, I'm sorry, what?
You're a fellow bass player?
Well, yeah. I'm obsessed with my bass, so much that I never pick it up and practice it. So.
Oh man.
And but you know what? Keep poking the bear,
So
dude.
pleasant.
I know you. Every now and then, Mark sends me. He's like, "Aha! Look what I did on Rocksmith. Touch this." He almost gets because I'm like my competitive spirit's like, okay, this might override my laziness or my avoidance of my bass.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, no, it's going to, and when it does, I'll go on fire, and then I'll probably be going, thank you for irritating the shit out of me until I, got off my ass.
Well, just to pile on a bit more of that, 600 note streak for one of Megadeth's songs the other day. 600 note streak. I am proud as fuck of that. Anyway,
Wait, 600 out of what?
it's probably about 2,000, but shh, don't say.
Oh,
Hey, you're doing better than me, man.
yeah.
I would have a 5-note streak.
Well, and especially when you some of the bass parts for some of the songs, 5-note streak, it's like I might fuck that up, and it's all the same string. Open
Right.
E string, fuck. Oh, all right.
Damn it. So, Richard, through the years and stuff, what got you interested? When did you start, making music of your own, and what got you onto the path that led you to where you are now?
Oh man, this is, and I know we've talked about this. I've seen other people talk about this, so it's not as kind of feeling exposed as it used to. But MTV Music Generator on the friggin' PlayStation 1.
Yes.
Dude. Prior to that, I knew people made, like, I knew like some of the industrial groups. I knew they were using the Ataris and stuff, and what was the very first version of Cubase and things like that. I knew that they were doing that, and I heard of trackers, but I'd never seen, I just hear people talk about them, and it's like, so I didn't really know how that visually looked. So I'm like, it's a game about music. Let's try this out. And I sat down and I became obsessed. Like, it's one of those things I got as I'm bored. Let me just try something. I sat there and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I'm like, oh, wait, this is what it looks like, how people do this. I think the interaction, the way you interacted with it was very interesting to me. And it was from there, acid loops, some other stuff. Then I found Reason, when Reason 1.0 came out, and I lost my mind. I think I must have. I played and it was the demo. It was like a Reason 1 demo. You could do shit in it as long as you wanted. Just when you closed it, you lost it all. So all I did was I sat there with that thing for months, just starting over every time, just starting over, and it was a nice free education with it. But
I was going to say there's some power in that starting over thing. It means you got to go back, and then the things that you did each time you master over time, I would imagine, or at least get really fucking good at it.
Yeah. Then you get to the part where you're like, oh, wow, I know all this because I've done this so many times. And then you start hitting the wall and you're like,
yeah,
maybe go back and start another project, maybe see if I get some momentum and bust through this. It's weird. I think weird about stuff like that, I think. But
I don't think it's weird.
But well, that's because you're weird.
No, I'm not. My mommy says I'm special.
You left a word out, but let's
say nothing.
Saying nothing.
So the MTV PlayStation, what was it? Music Generator?
Yeah, it was Music Generator. I think the rest of the world it was like Music 2000 or something like that.
Right.
I think it was MTV Music Generator here.
If only I could have found that game at that time, I would have been a whole different person today. Instead I was playing like Crash Bandicoot and stupid shit.
It was a weird. And actually, I don't know if Chris Dodge is still in the chat, but he was the other. He and I. That was one of the things we got obsessive about together. But we were just sitting there make songs and he came over. His memory card was in his pocket, so we were listening, and that was the first time I ever did something like that too. So I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then it went from there. And then I started looking at hardware and catalogs and just all of the kinds of ridiculous, I'm going to spend money I don't have type thinking.
Yeah.
And then about 10 years ago, kind of like decided I wanted to try the hardware stuff because I had always wanted to. But by that time, many years making stuff in software. And it's kind of interesting because I like both, but really it's like bouncing back and forth between two bottomless pits.
Yeah.
And on one hand, I'm thankful for that because it's nice to know that what you're into is something you'll never fully master because there's always something new. There's always something deeper, and there's always something that somebody else has figured out a better way to do. So, I mean, so when you know that, you're like, yeah, I'm never going to run out of stuff to learn here. I'm going to stay on this track.
And there's a million approaches to the same thing.
Yep. So, and then hardware, there's maybe a little bit more hard limitations, but there's so many things that you can get sunk in with, like interconnecting and working around the shortcomings, which is a lot of fun. Things like that. So but basically, but it's you can lose yourself in either or.
Well, I have lost myself in both.
On that subject, DJ Shadow made his first album on a 4-track. So he had to keep bouncing things down. So you're talking about limitations. That guy, it's amazing. The album is absolutely killer. And the fact that he had to keep bouncing tracks down, it's like you must already have the structure of the track, kind of worked out. And for me, that's alien. I like to jam things out, whereas this guy was like, right, I need X, Y, and Z, and then we'll bounce that down to one track, and then we'll add bits more to it. It's insane, And today, that is a thing of the past. Like you can open a door and have just infinite possibilities.
It's really inspiring for me, how people can come up with workarounds in those type situations, like Mark just said.
Another thing,
they have the idea in their head and they're able to look at a 4-track recorder or whatever and think, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around that, but it's probably also because I've come up in the age of like the DAWs, like that's, been around my entire life. So the rabbit hole's always been there. The limitations are not as much as, like
another bit to throw back to even further back to that, just from what Mark mentioned, was go back even further to like some of the old, like the BBC recordings, and even some of the early industrial artists I know were doing things like splicing pieces of tape together.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's insanity. I mean, that's, you were dedicated to making a sound when you're like sitting there, all right, let's put these together. I mean, what do you do when you screw it up? I've actually heard of people talk about doing this, and even, an artist or two, but I've never actually seen somebody doing it. And I mean, my mental images of somebody like splicing, movies together, let's get that single frame in there.
Yep.
Yep. There's go ahead.
Well, it's funny you say that. I was watching an interview with Lars the other day, and he was talking about how they did one of their albums. And so they'd record a whole, for Metallica, they'd record a whole bunch of drum like hits up and then cut it up to paste it in. And it's like, no wonder Lars sounds so good on record and then so bad on live. It's like he's not actually doing this. It's not, that blew my mind. Absolutely.
I want to say I saw a bit of that. One of it was like their thing they did, some kind of monster, but that movie. But they showed there was a scene of him in the studio, and he's standing behind the engineer, and he's telling him, he's like, I don't like that first snare on the first bar in that part. He's like, let's try a different one. Let's try. And the guy's like flipping through snares until. Or he's copying one of the other ones he likes or something like that. I was just like, and when I saw this was at the very beginning of me hearing about them doing like, oh yeah, we can just swap out individual drum sounds.
Right.
And I was like, that's nuts. But yeah, I was like, it blew me away because especially a group, and I realized everybody grows up and we grow up with the technology, but that's a group that I always thought about as just really raw when I first,
Snap.
And so did. Yeah, and then you see that, and you're just like, well, everything grows up, I guess. But it's.
Oh, I bet they were raw as fuck in the early days, but by the time that came around, they were, in the mainstream, and you're gonna do what the record companies and stuff want you to do, basically. But
Yeah, especially if you want your stuff put out there. I mean, you got to play by the
exactly,
rules, I'm sure.
you got to play
I'm
the
not,
game, baby.
I'm not one of those, what I call, I mean, I have called people, I have said stuff about groups being sellouts before, but I think you outgrow that at some point. Because I'm like, no, shit, you do what you got to do. These people have families.
Yeah,
These people have, I mean, they don't, do they need millions and millions of dollars? No, but if you could make it and know that your family didn't have to ever worry about money again, hell yeah.
This is why I don't mind, people, you sell out because money's a bad thing, right? I want to be poor in my life.
Let me ask you this: if
Mm.
any of us had the opportunity, if our music career, have you finished my manipulation set yet, Richard? Get on it.
Oh man.
But what I was saying is,
Wait,
I think
I can't remember. Is he beaming in a site? Is he beaming in a set for the 23rd?
I don't know.
I know some people are, and I'm so used to seeing his name and stuff. So I was like, wait, is he one of the
No,
people?
but my manipulation, if you want to send me a set 30 minutes long for the US Clown Army meetup, DM me. But back to what I was saying, honestly,
You're welcome.
As far as the sellout thing goes, I mean, who wouldn't sell out? Let me ask you this. Who wouldn't sell out if given the opportunity? I think most people who
already have money, already have those problems secure in their lives, and want to look, I don't know, want to look superior in some way.
Yeah. I would sell out if I got a chance. I'd be like, oh, what? You want me to be the fourth member of the Backstreet Boys? Okay. Sure, you're going to pay me $1 million trillion? You got it. You got it, boss man.
Please,
Think
Mark,
of all the
please.
groupies. Think of all the groupies. Go on.
Yes, I'm saying you could. Don't even get me started.
Well, hold on a second. You may have misunderstood me, or maybe I misrepresented. At no point did I say I would not sell out. At no point did I ever say that. And
Okay.
I wasn't even thinking about what Mark added to it. I was just thinking, money make life a little easier.
Yeah, right. I'm saying I'll fucking get up there and dance like a idiot for you, like a little puppet, if that's what you want. Fuck, just pay me the money.
I mean, you can see that kind of sellout vibe coming from Metallica and Green Day and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it's like,
but also with names like you just mentioned, Mark, at a certain point in the trajectory of their fame or their career, whatever you want to say, at a certain point, you almost have to sell out to bring it to that, like,
absolutely,
worldwide fucking selling out arenas to the next level. You know what I mean?
And again,
like that sellout is the threshold.
And who doesn't want money? If I could get paid $1 million for what I do, I absolutely would tomorrow.
Yeah, no shit.
And then you have groups like you see shows like Ramstein where you're like, I don't care what they get paid as long as they keep doing that.
Yeah.
Even if I can't make it, the world is a better place knowing that exists.
But they're not a band to me that strikes us of like selling out. They just got really
they never
popular.
I don't think they ever could. It was just like, I'm just saying, sometimes people say that in relation to success and not style.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, in their case, they can only say it about success.
Yeah,
there's nothing about their style is.
The same thing for like System of a Down. They were hugely popular, and at no point did it compromise their sound or what they did or their integrity or that kind of thing. So
I think that's the balance there is.
It's
finding the balance of, let's take it to the next level, but let's keep the bones of like what made us us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one I heard somebody reference this group earlier. See, he did it again. He grenade. But and I love it. But no, one of the groups that I think kind of fell in that for me too. And I hear a lot of people go back and forth. People are like, like their older stuff, their later stuff is too commercial, this, that, and the other. I see both arguments, and it's the Chili Peppers. I always loved the Chili Peppers, and to me, the Chili Peppers were the beginning, were like, a little more, and not exactly punk, but very kind of more in that energy, and
They kind of
just
fit that
very,
like
very roguish.
mid to late '80s Los Angeles kind of vibe going on.
Well, yeah, then they got a little more. Their sound got a little more commercial, but it wasn't bad. It was still good sound. It wasn't, to me. It was like at some point it just becomes a completely different group.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I might even still like where they go after a while, but I will always think of their earlier incarnation.
Yeah.
Uplift, Mayfo, Party Plan, Mother's Milk, Freaky
Exactly.
Style, Chili Peppers. When they got up to Blood Sugar Sex Magic, that was their peak. They were, that was what launched them into stardom. And ever since then, as far as I'm concerned, they're like dad rock. They've been playing the same track for like the past 20 odd years. Like I saw an interview with
Californication.
Yeah, like I saw an interview with
but that's
with
another.
Flea. And he was like, the interviewer was like, what are the hardest Chili Pepper bass lines to play? And he was like, actually, the stuff on the early albums are the hardest to play. Yeah, that's because those tracks are more interesting and vibrant, and you kind of just lost. Anyway.
But that's another thing, like kind of similar to the selling out topic, is when a big mega group gets to that point, they take it to the next level. How do they top that? How do they keep topping that over and over and over again? They don't.
Well, for me, Rage Against the Machine are a perfect example of that. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting this interview all over the show.
No, this is good stuff.
But Rage Against the Machine, their first album was amazing, and it's like they went into the studio for Battle Los Angeles, I think is their second one, and it doesn't have the same kind of vibe or feel to it. The tracks are good, but they just don't feel like as angsty as the original album, And so anyway, that second album was always really hard to and their first album just went so big so quickly as well. Another good.
And you want to like the second one, but how do you top that?
Absolutely.
I think a lot of bands struggle with that. Even for me, like Led Zeppelin is one. You got Led Zeppelin 1, and that is fucking epic in my book. But how do you top that? How do you keep topping that? At a certain point, you hit a threshold, I think. But yeah,
So if you go back to the subject of Metallica, I've always viewed it. Different people have different opinions. To me, like that peak that you're talking about, and let me be more specific. That peak, what I think of is the peak where they were at the peak for popularity, like for commercial, and they were at the peak of popularity with their original fans when they came up. And I just think that was an injustice for all. Because they did it was like the Justice for All was like their first really polished
favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the Black Album, again, just the Chili Peppers dive into dad rock. Everything was slow on that album, and Justice for All is chugging away and thrash and beautiful, time signature changes and, just beautiful. And then the Black Album came out and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Sorry, go ahead. I was trying
one of the people I was hanging around with at the time bought the Black Album, listened to it one time, went, I don't like that. Do you want that? And I'm like, no, I don't want that either. And this
you
is on the
can't
back
give
of
that shit away.
Yeah, literally, right? This is on the back of it. And then nothing they've done since that has really gripped me in any way.
Nope.
It's a shame.
Not me either.
And because that Black Album, if you ever look forward to something that comes out, it doesn't really hit you good right away, but you keep trying to hammer it a little bit to see if there's something there, because you've already spent all this time like wanting to do it or wanting to listen to it or whatever it is you're anticipating. A movie, a game, a music. I do it with all of them, honestly, and sit there, and then it comes out and you're like, man, I really want to like this.
Yep.
And I really want to like this. And so I remember that was still buying shit on cassette, and with the Black Album, then it was like, okay, flip it over. All right, let's try it again. Flip it over. I remember I was working as a delivery driver at the time, so I had a lot of time in my car to listen to music. And I was just like, bump, bump, bump. I'm like, I just can't. I just couldn't.
Can't make it vibe. You can't.
The only song in the whole thing that grabbed me was "Don't Tread on Me," and I don't even
Yeah.
feel like that's like their most serious song on it. So
Yeah.
I remember when Nirvana released Nevermind, and there was about 8 of us sat in the front bedroom downstairs, and we sat there and listened to the album the entire way through. You know, it was on cassette, like you say. You flipped it over, and we just sat in silence. And when it finished, it was like that was something special. You know, like that's what an album should be. You know, and yeah,
It should touch you, literally.
yeah, well, yeah, you know, but yeah, it was, you know, Nirvana was so fresh at the time with that sound, and you know, and there was a whole host of other bands around them as well, and it was, you know, iconic album, and unfortunately, the Black Album just fell flat for me.
Yeah.
Like, so flat.
I
And they were released about the same time as well. Sorry, Rich, carry on.
I was just saying I have another thought on that with when it comes to bands making changes like that, I actually kind of blame music fans. I absolutely, because it's like if you're gonna make people have to do this to chase success, especially after they've already disinvested into something. You know, some of these people are like, oh, they finally get they're struggling, they're like grinding away, and they finally get their shot, and they're people are like, okay, we'll give it to you, but we're gonna need a few concessions. So I don't know. I feel like people kind of get pushed into that a little bit too. It's like, well, you have to do this
Pressured
to get to the next level, like you said. So
yeah.
the only thing about Metallica that bummed me out with that was that in Justice for All, I felt like they were on the cusp of like bringing that style and that intensity of music to a broader audience,
Like
and they did like with One and with everything else. And I'm like, oh man, launch off of this now. I mean, when I was in high school, preppy kids were wearing Metallica T-shirts. I was like, but I mean, no, but it was kind of a good example of, okay, yeah, it's getting out to a wider audience.
Yeah,
and then then I guess we went for an even wider audience.
Yeah, and
Anyway.
killed their original fan base. The only album that I like in that respect is the Arctic Monkeys. They released 2 albums which are real fast, and then their third album is a lot slower and it's a lot more musical. And it's like, okay, I can see that you've mellowed your sound a little bit, and I appreciate it. That is one of the only albums, or the only progression of 3 albums that I actually agree with. You know,
I would never imagine you liking the Arctic Monkeys at all.
I've never bought any of their stuff, but like people around me were listening to it, and it's like, okay,
Right.
I get it. You know, you look good on the dance floor, and it's like, okay, yeah, I get the energy in this. And then they slowed it down for their third album, and it's like, okay, you're finding your sound now, and I actually appreciate that. So that's the only dip in energy that I actually agree with. In you know, but anyway.
Yeah. I got to back it up to a previous conversation we're having about the early days, people splicing the tape loops and stuff together. There's a sick documentary out on, I think it's just on YouTube for free. It's like an hour and a half long, and it's about what's her name, Deborah Delishai, the one that did
Derbyshire.
Delia Derbyshire.
Yeah.
The one that did the Doctor Who theme song and all that.
Yep. I read about it and that stuff too. That's why I said like the old BBC stuff, because I thought that was the studios that was kind of done.
They have video and photo evidence of her house after she got, I don't know, she ran her course with the BBC Radiophonic Workshop. And she still had all sorts of equipment at her actual house, and still obviously interested in you know, making music and stuff. But there's actual photos and stuff of the setup she had, and there's literal tape machines all over the place, and there's like tape runs that are like freaking 40 feet long, running into the living room and back into the dining room, like full tape loops that she would just, everything in sync, and she would just play it and record it. And it's crazy. Her whole house looked like, you know, one of those spy movies with the lasers all over, and you got to do the acrobat to get through it.
Right.
That's what her house looked like, with just tape everywhere, and she would like hit a button somewhere on the main controller or whatever the fuck that ran her tape setup, and they would all just start playing in sync. Oh yeah.
Nice. There we go.
These particular pictures we can record on this machine here.
This isn't the
And
one,
then
but
all we
this
have
is
to
a
do
good
is cut the
example.
notes the right length. We can join them together on a loop and listen to them.
I'm sure they're all good examples.
And then with the higher notes.
Could you imagine making like a drum and bass song this way?
I was just about to say exactly the same thing. This is mental. Talk about limitations. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And what I like about this is she is a woman and
over this
very,
we can
very
play
passionate
the
about
sound of a
this.
sax
You
drum,
know?
which
Like,
can
you don't
be
see
either
enough of
one
this
loop.
in the world.
No, and I agree with that. And that is something that makes me lift my eyebrow initially, because I just get excited when I see women getting the synthesizers and stuff like that.
There's not enough women recognition in synthesizers. I think it's getting
No,
more
I think
and
there's
more.
more. I think there's more. There's a lot more women than I think people realize. There's just not enough recognition. You're right.
That's
Yeah.
the key, is the recognition. Yeah.
Look at all those tape machines just to create something ridiculously simple, which you could do in a DAW in about 3 seconds these days. It's mental.
Well, speaking of
but
mental,
there's no computers. Not like we know them anyway.
yeah. Speaking of mental, I think she, in her later days, kind of lost her shit a bit, and that's how the story I was saying of tape loops strung through her whole house came about. Is she just lost it over time? I don't know. I think it must have been pretty hard for her back then too, in a male-dominant, unknown industry. You know.
Well, you said that when they closed down the BBC radiophonic workshop, they literally just threw out all the kit that was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they didn't keep it in any way. They just kind of threw it out, and it's like that's massive disrespect to like everything that's going on. This is a huge piece of history that you should have. You know, there are people that kind of hunt these machines out these days, and you know, restore the fucking things, which is absolutely right. That's exactly what you do. You're losing massive amounts of heritage. That lady was so important to synthesizers, electronic music, soundscapes.
Even if you just think of the modern doll, if you picture those audio clips and stuff lined up in your DAW and stuff, it's the same thing. It's just electronic,
It's
digital.
Yeah, but she was doing it like the hard way.
Yeah.
Like the material way. Like, okay,
It's beyond analog.
right.
So, Richard, I feel like we've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole.
Oh yeah,
We have. The past half an hour has been fucking amazing. It really has.
I know.
I love a rabbit hole. It's like, but the problem is I'm talking to Mark. Meanwhile, you're behind me digging another rabbit hole.
Yes.
I turn around, I go, "Oh, that's a really nice rabbit hole," and Mark goes, "Boom."
You see the structure of these interviews now, right?
Yeah, right. But then you have people like me that are a real easy target. Like, just give him something shiny to look at.
Hey, I'm the same way. You get the two of us in a room and we're fucked.
Russ, that's impressive.
What?
My friend
That is
has
impressive.
the BBC Workshop record library when they got rid of their old records. They should never have done that.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, right? Like, why would you just throw them away? I don't understand why you would do that. It is insane. Anyway, sorry.
My last bit about Miss Delashire, I can't pronounce her name to save the life of me, is she has some really cool fucking things she used to do on the BBC. They were like almost like poetry, where she would speak these things she wrote out.
So like
And
spoken word performance.
Spoken word, like poetry, and then she would make the soundtrack for the backing track. Holy shit. You want to talk about being brought on a trip, man.
I've actually thought about doing things like that myself, but
You should. You have a really good voice for that kind of thing too. You have an amazing voice for everything, but I could see like Richard as my like trip guide and in the background music and stuff.
it's more about trying to focus on like coming up with, you know, something good to say or something interesting to say. That's always like the trick for me, because everything you come up with, you're like, oh, this is such obvious shit. You know, it's like, so I like, that's something. I mean, I like I like that kind of stuff. I like the idea of vocal work. I've kind of flirted with a little bit here and there, but I don't think I've really I haven't accumulated the confidence just yet. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try some more stuff this year. Just to play around.
I'll be there. I will be there to support that, man. Your
I have
voice
at least
is
one.
like,
I have at least one friend who keeps trying to throw vocal projects in front of me, and I'm hoping that I can find it to bite on one of them soon. He keeps coming up with good suggestions. What are we
what
looking
is
at?
this now?
Well, this is on the Delia Derbyshire tip again. This is Ben Christopher, and this guy is kind of
Oh,
yeah, he's going back to how they used to do that. For some reason, he's got like a fetish for old tape machines and old oscilloscopes and stuff, and you know, like,
hell yeah.
again, with all the doors and shit that's around these days, why would you want to do this? You know, this has to be a massive fucking passion of yours to want to do it, you know? And so hats off to him for that. Is it something I listen to on a regular basis? Maybe not, but you know, he's keeping that you know.
It's an art form.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Ooh. Okay, we
And
made
it's-
it. Oh, okay. Ooh, that got a little sharp there.
Yeah, it did. And that's what I was going to say. It's
another point-
unpredictable.
Yeah. Another point, or should I say, an alternate point on that is that oh shit, I forgot. I completely lost what my point was. I actually had something to say that was significant. Well, not significant. At least I thought it was. In the chat, beveled blade. Now I imagine a Fairlight in a dumpster somewhere. No kidding. That would be like, just walk by like, oh, what is that big ugly computer monitor, big white, and then you see it's green and you see a matching keyboard and you're like, you know, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And I would see people like talk about, oh, you know, on this trash Juno, you know, sitting behind an old music store and shit.
Could
like
you
that.
imagine?
I mean, I know stuff like that has happened. Or here was the one. What was
I think
one
it
of
would
those
happen
damn?
less nowadays because people have the internet to tell them the value of everything in the world. You know, I feel like finding old collectors' synths behind the music store is probably a thing of the past, or less and less at least.
So Bevel Blade I said like kids coveting old Tascam Portastudio tape recorders. It's so confusing. It does me too, but I still understand like their significance and like, I mean, so many people love those things and have fun. I mean, I have a friend who still works with one now. I mean, he's into guitar mostly, but I mean, it is something about the workflow he likes. I mean, if you think about it, any of us that are using hardware, I mean, we're kind of approaching it from the same way, right?
Yeah.
You don't need this to make music. You don't need to splice tape together for something. You don't need to go out and record, 10 minutes of traffic, all this shit. But I mean, some of it, and a lot of it is taking the long way around the barn. And I think with some of it, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
For me, it is
It's
like
the journey, not the destination.
Yeah. Drum machines, I think for me are a way to hang on to like the 80s. I'm just I like that about as transparent as I could be in my thought process. And I think hardware, because this is how it was done then, and that's when I really started to care about music. Really, really started to feel music. And so it's like, okay, that's how I want to interact with it.
So what is your drum machine at the moment? What is your main drum machine at the moment?
Good question.
It's probably always my main drum machine is the analog rhythm, electronic analog rhythm. It's just
beast.
It's just an absolute beast. It's a beast. It does so much. And once they added the synth voice option to it, I mean, I was already using some of the drum voices for synths, so I know a lot of people. But then they made it a lot easier for you to come up with good sounds, and they made it track better for notes because it was kind of sloppy with note tracking before.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just it's such. I mean, it really is a drum machine, but really, it's also kind of a high end groove box.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, you could do a lot of creative programming with it and get. I mean, again, that's one of those things. You know, you make. Hey, we gave you 8 voices, but it's designed for you to try to make 12 sounds out of it. Okay, so you already got to use a little creativity with there, but.
I got an unpopular opinion.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite drum machine is the drum rack in Ableton. That doesn't count, does it?
It does not count. It does not count.
Well,
Tell that to my drum rack I've been building in Ableton, motherfuckers.
I'm glad nobody said the 909 or the 808. I fucking hate those machines. They are so donkey and sound like the 80s. It is not funny, you know. And they command like, you know, one of them's going for $1.5, the other one's going for £3,000 plus, and it's like.
Well, Mark,
dude,
what's your favorite drum machine?
I use the TR8.
Me too.
You know, I don't use the kick on the TR8. Go on.
I was say I use the TR8S. That's my 2 main ones I use. Those are the 2 that pretty much stay connected at all times. Because the TR8S is it's just fun to use too. Yep. So they're absolutely. Both different workflows. They're both fun as shit. And sometimes I like to just sit there and just play with just the 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's something I'm a little. I like the idea of just doing a track with just drum machines. It's just, you know, you're gonna be able to make them do synth shit. The Tempest was good at that too. The Tempest could just be a 6-voice poly set if you wanted to.
Easily. And I will say that the MPC one like opened up massive amounts of doors for me. You can have 4 effects on 1 pad, you know, whereas like the TR8, you can't do that. You know, you've got extra process and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, like, honestly, it's a great box. I don't like the workflow on it, but it is a great fucking box.
I think you guys will see when we meet up and I do my set for the Clownfest meetup. My favorite drum machine is actually the TR8, but like Mark says, I don't use the kick off of it. I use my kick comes from the Percon's voice on the modular over here, because holy fuck, man! If you haven't heard the Percons, it makes me want a big Percons, but if you haven't heard the Percons voice kick capabilities, holy fuck.
Well, I haven't listened to that, but the Percons is another one that's on my, you know, when I can afford it, but it'll definitely go in the collection at some point. But I mean, it's just a really cool, and I know I've seen some videos with Dean using his, and there was quite a few videos I looked at on Erica Sense site too. But I mean, the thing just sounds crazy. It, to the point that the first time I heard it, I'm like, what do you mean the oscillators are all digital? Oh, yeah, they are. Right. Okay. Sounds amazing. And I was like, that makes me want to.
Well, that's why like the Percon's voice is like a poor man's Percons. You can get like pretty much all of the benefits of a Percons, pretty much, not all, but almost all. But it's one voice. Whereas I think the OG Percons has like 4.
Yeah, it's 4
voices. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's 4.
That's why I just let the Percons handle my kicks. And there's all these little artifacts it shoots off around the kicks based on how you tweak it or whatever. All these little artifacts that almost become percussive in their own way. You know, it's just extra noise off of the kick, but it's rhythmic and like it's like, I don't know, like I said.
Like a click off the envelope or something? Like you get a click off the envelope and kind of get it on a looping envelope where you're just like...
Yeah, and it becomes really...
You hear a little click each time.
Really percussive, or even like just the rumble and the different... Just the artifacts that come off of the noise of the Percons. It's like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that, but I like it. And it doesn't take away from the kick, you know? And it becomes part of like the groove of the drums. It's hard to explain.
I like I will say that again, another one of those I felt good about the purchase for the Rhythm because after watching a lot of stuff with how their gear works, again, I had that feeling like, well, I'm never gonna 100% master this thing. So I've got so much room to play in it. And I mean, I've had the thing like 8, 9 years, and yeah, it's been. I mean, I've started playing with it again very recently, and I'm still like discovering, like, oh, shit. Why did it take me this long to learn that?
Yeah.
It's just there's all kinds of little. It's funny. The tips that I seem to miss are the ones that are designed to make your life easier.
Oh shit.
So I've like figured out how to do something the hard way.
You gotta love that.
Figured out how to do something the long way or the hard way, and you're like, okay, I've got this down. Now I can do it for all 9 tracks. You only have to push that button, asshole, after holding this button.
That's my issue with the Electron kit. It seems to be over-engineered, like massively over-engineered. And menu diving is just an absolute nightmare on those things. It really is.
Well, it kind of is, but it's not a menu diving nightmare like a DX7. It's how can I say it's so contextual. I mean, everything's like, you hit a button, it gives you this menu. And then you have, again, it's kind of like we were talking about with the Evolver and the Blofeld, having that bank of 8 knobs, but having 8 versus 4, I think, and also just the way that you could do fine tuning and coarse tuning, like by the turning or pushing the knobs. There's so many things about it that I think are just like make it fun to program.
Hell yeah.
Like if I don't feel like doing anything, if I'm just like, man, I just need to mess around with something, but I don't really have an idea anything, I will just open a new project on that thing and just start moving everything on it. And sometimes it's fun and sometimes it's a freaking nightmare or something that would sound like better in a horror movie. But I don't care. It's fun as shit to play with. Okay, I'm done talking about that drum machine. I feel like I'm meandering.
I feel like we've gone down a rabbit hole for the last 45 minutes.
Another
That's
one?
what I do. Yeah.
Has it been 45 minutes since the last rabbit hole? Shit. Time blindness. It's real.
Me and Mark are good at this.
Well, it's because we're all really passionate about music, and like I say, the past sort of half an hour, 45 minutes, we've shown how much passion we have for music. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
We're mostly talking about bands, like we're electronic producers, but we're still harkening back to being in bands and stuff. Rich, were you in bands when you were younger?
Never. That's the one experience that I always wish I had, and I never did. But a lot of it is also just kind of like my. My comfort level with certain things like that. But I would have loved to have like been in like a garage band or just play. But I wasn't really that big into playing. When I was a kid, I played guitar and I didn't really stick with it that way. So I actually picked up the bass as an adult. But so if I ever get really comfortable, if I ever get like really really comfortable with it, I may try like finding like a local group or something just so I can have the experience. I just kind of want to see what it's like. But also that,
there's nothing like it. Even playing out as a DJ or a live act, it's not the same as playing as a band. It really isn't. 3 or 4 people all pulling towards the same goal, on stage, and you're one unit at that point. Honestly, it is something special. It really
There's
is.
a connection there that's different than like DJing or just going out with your synths or whatever. I think that connection.
What I always imagined was a trust.
Yeah,
I always imagined that it was really like you had to like really high level of trust for the other people because you're like, I'm going to do my part, you guys got to do yours.
right.
And like the band that sticks together is the band that's like, okay, you other 3 didn't let me down again. So
right.
Yeah,
that's just me imagining of something I've never experienced.
Recently, when I was playing with Brainsniff, that was like one of the gigs we played there. We absolutely fucking smashed it. We all came together as one unit, and it sounded fucking beautiful, and it was great, And I miss that so much. I really do.
Yeah.
We're looking like 3 years ago since I did that, so I'd like to get back into it.
Mark, I'm giving you a deadline and getting back into it. You have by May 24th to get back into it.
That's a bit much, mate. I mean, I'll do my best.
Hey, I don't do timelines like you. I don't give bitches like 3-4 months. You got 3 days. Go play. So Richard, backtracking on to my first question. We're still on question number 1. So you found Reason back in the day, Reason 1.0 and stuff. Are you currently using Ableton?
Yeah, I'm kind of like bouncing between Ableton and Cubase. And along my path, I crossed Cubase and it used Cubase for a while. On my way
What do you
towards Ableton.
use Ableton for, and what do you use Cubase for?
Honestly, at this point right now, it's like just knowing more than one DAW because, between Ableton and Cubase, I should be able to have fun collaborating with just about anybody.
Right.
So
Right.
trying to do it with people with completely different software is problematic, and I'm only just kind of getting into doing that with people. So I was just like, it's just easier if I just, because I'd really moved over to Cubase. But then I was like, it's just easier if I just keep my Ableton chops, like I keep in practice and using Ableton. So currently I'm writing in Ableton because I'm using it for the gathering. And but the Cubase I would probably the last couple of tracks I actually finished were in Cubase. So
Nice. How would you describe your sound since you've started making music? From the beginning to now, like how would you describe the trajectory of your sound and where you're at today?
Okay, let's see. Interesting question. Well, the trajectory, if you want a starting point, was it was tracks that I was happy that I completed, but it did notice a lot of flies on them. Then kind of, I don't know, I think I kind of muscled through a lot of it on my own, which kind of led to me getting discouraged, and I quit, and then I couldn't stay quit. I had to come back, and then I got pissed off and I quit again. And I mean, I know everybody's like, oh, you don't quit. No, you quit. You quit like 50 times. What you love it is you keep coming back after all 50 times you quit.
I think everybody has quit at least a handful of times.
Well, I'd say music, being in love with music production is not too dissimilar from being in a bad relationship.
Yeah,
I've had it with this shit. 2 days later, knocking on the door.
Hey, baby, remember me?
Yeah. It's.
Do you you had mentioned? I mean, obviously, you got a bit of hardware and stuff, and you've mentioned being in Cubase, working in too legit to quit. Sorry. You obviously got a lot of hardware, and you've mentioned working in Cubase and Ableton. Do you have a preference of hardware versus software? Like where your comfort zone is the most right now?
It's weird. I feel like it goes back and forth. It's more like it's not even so much my comfort zone. It's like, what am I focusing on trying to learn at that time? Sometimes it's like, okay, and especially when I'm starting, if I'm focusing on mixing or trying to even dare peek at mastering, obviously that's all going to be like in the software realm. But I'm starting to lean more and more to my hardware for sound generation, just because I just enjoy it. I just enjoy using the stuff. I enjoy the tactile. I find I come up with things, pressing knobs and pulling sliders and everything else. I feel like I come up with stuff that I wouldn't normally come up with in the DAW. And it's because in the DAW, it's like, and I have done things like that in the DAW, but it's like I have to set it up where I can play in it. Yeah. And it's like the DAW for me is always kind of like more surgical.
It's more programming than jamming.
It's like the scientific side of music, but it's also necessary. But as far as like coming up with sounds and playing around with stuff, The hardware is a lot more fun. And another thing is that sometimes it's easier for me to get my mind around, because when you get a new synth and you open it up and you're like in a software and you're like, there are 5,000 presets. And they never listen to all of them. So it's just like, it's just so much. I open a hardware, it's like, oh, what do you got? Well, I got about 80 to go through, and about half of those are not going to be things I care for. And, there you go. It's like, it's not as overwhelming. Software to me can sometimes be overwhelming, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
Learning Cubase was overwhelming. I tried Logic at one point. I tried Logic immediately after doing Reason and went, I'm not smart enough for this. And went back to Reason for years. And
I get what you mean, though, Rich. I get what you mean. Cubase is easy and laid out really nicely, and then you go into Logic and it's like, what the hell is going on here? I get
well,
it.
it was like, well, it was also, it was Logic back when you could get it for PC too. So, but I mean, I went to open it up and it's like, well, you basically need to build your mixer. And, later I look back and wow, that thing gave you a lot of freedom to set things up the way you wanted. But at the time it was like, here you're doing Reason, where you're playing with virtual hardware and a fairly simple sequencer. And now this is a digital studio for you. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm like. Where
do I begin? Where do I end?
And there's so many other things I tried. There were other programs that were fun. I can't remember what it was. Cakewalk had one that was like, it looked like it was kind of going up against Reason. It was like meant to be like a lower, but it had all kinds of cool little fun generative like tricks and stuff in it. So
what are you gonna bring to the US Clown Army meetup?
And
is your set done?
No to the second, but I'm still working on it. I'm gonna be working on it. I'll probably up till the last. I'm actually trying to get it all done in the next week or so. I'm really trying not to have it be like a last minute, last second thing, especially since traveling and all this other stuff. But now to answer what I'm bringing with me, I'm bringing 2 Electron boxes. I'm bringing my Rhythm and my Octatrack.
Nice.
And then John Coffey is, he's going to be there. He's bringing a 707. So I'm writing stuff on my 707. I'm just going to bring a card. He's going to let me use it.
Switch it out.
Yeah. And then if I feel, I don't know, I feel like I have to represent a specific group of people, and I really should bring my TD3.
Hey, bring it.
Cantina.
Bring it.
Yeah, I've actually thought about the issue with me with that thing is like I'm really not the greatest at writing acid lines, so I need to. I basically, when I get one that works, it's usually because I just sat there and just knocked shit around until okay, I like it now.
But that's the beauty of the 303, the original 303. You just kind of tap some things in and see how it goes. No, don't like that. Change it again. You know, and that's the beauty of the sequencer in that. A lot of people I know send MIDI notes out to the acid boxes, and for me, that misses the whole magic of where the sequencer is for me.
I don't want to do that myself. I want to use the actual sequencer, and for me, I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of things that make it unique, but to me, it's like the slide on it is just like, okay, that's just, it works there. If you want to do it in software, you got to be, a little meticulous with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So how would you describe your sound nowadays, Richard? That's a tough question, ain't it?
Well, the thing is, I haven't been doing enough music lately. Yeah, he's right. The lean towards psytrance, but actually, it's been more towards psy breaks.
That's what I would say. Yeah,
psy breaks, and I've been kind of getting into drum and bass a little bit more. Like I've had a couple of. With music, my interests kind of rotate through things. I might be like 2 months where I don't want to listen to anything but psytrance. I might decide I want to listen to The Cure for 2 weeks, and that's all I'm going to listen to. Or stuff
I'm very
like that.
much
So,
the same. I'm very much
I
the
get
same.
very
Isn't
mood
this
based with music.
a trait of the ADHD people? Pick a
Yes.
subject, hammer it hard for a month or so, and then
Yeah.
forget about it for a year
And
or
then
two.
abandon the fuck out of it for
I'll go you one better for that. Also, is the propensity for listening to the same track over and over and over again. I mean, I might on my steering wheel the track back button is very worn. Because it's like, oh, this song is great. Boom, I can listen to it again. Boom, I can listen to it again. And I've done that and I still do it. I mean, I still do it. I've done it with all kinds of stuff all my life. I didn't realize that it was weird. I didn't realize it was
It's
it was
not.
like something only.
Not at all.
Weird.
I do the
It's not weird.
same thing.
It's, it's what we do, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Like
well, I think,
for me, I've been listening. Like I just came off of a kick of like 90s grunge, a lot of Nirvana and stuff like that. And I rolled into something completely different. I'm on like a 70s kind of Santana, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix vibe. And I'll listen to the same fucking 10 songs over and over and over. Every day on the way to work, I hear the same 10 songs. On the way home, the same 10 songs. And I'll do that.
So what you're basically saying is we'd have no problems carpooling to work.
Yeah, no.
You're just like, okay, you get the morning, I get the evening, but it's going to be the same soundtrack. You're like, you don't even have to know. You're like, there we go.
I'll
This
eat your
track
lettuce ass.
was in my head for months, and I mean, I used to play it on repeat. I love meme songs. Honestly, Alex Jones is an absolute knobhead, but this.
Your leftist ass, I born on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. Your leftist ass, I born on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up? I'm gonna haul him up by chain. Chop his ass up, size it up. I'm gonna haul him up by chain. Chop, 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 chop. I will eat your leftist ass. I'm born on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass. I'm born on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I'll barbecue your ass flat. I will cook your ass up so fast, and I'll tell him, "Oh, I killed a cow out back, baby." You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up, gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I will eat your ass. I will.
And what's inside your butthole? Is it astronauts? Is it aliens? Honestly, meme tracks for me are just like fucking crack. I cannot get enough of them. Yes.
I will put you to the test at the end of May to see how well you will eat a leftist ass. I'm gonna remember that, and I'm putting you to the test in May.
I'm dying.
I was.
And then he throws the grenade and leaves.
I love it.
How can you leave me on a topic like eating ass and then just leave the fucking room?
Probably because he thought there were enough asses in here as it was.
Oh, fuck. I forgot what we were talking about. That distracted me.
Of course you did. You started talking about ass.
You guys are a bad influence on me. You know, I was a nun before I met you guys.
Yeah.
I was in a monastery up on a hill somewhere, and we were like praying to fucking Lucifer or something, and fucking we weren't eating asses. It wasn't until I joined the Clown Army that I became hyper focused on assholes and peens. This fucking group of people, I swear.
I just had to sit there and let you go, man. I was just like, okay. I'm not really. I don't know if I can really jump in on this one. You know. I mean,
well, every other word out of
good jokes,
is
of course.
buttholes and peens. So I'm wondering, like, who's the gay ones here, me or you guys?
Well, I mean, words are Ron White. We're all a little gay, right?
Hey, if you watch porn, you're a little bit gay because, I mean, you can only just watch a vagina by itself for so long before you want to see a penis go in it.
Dude,
So,
that whole
I mean, does
skit,
that?
that whole skit of his is like one of the funniest things ever to me.
Mark doesn't want to see the vagina. You see, he doesn't want to see the vagina. He just wants to see the peen.
I felt like that was.
Telling
I
you.
felt that. I thought that was like him sitting there, like, okay, guys, maybe back it up just a little bit.
Quick, throw a question at him.
Yeah.
How big's your penis?
Not
He
that
said throw a
question.
You said throw a question.
He said throw a question. I didn't say shit.
So, Richard, let me look
Eric.
at my list of questions here. I'm a little bit nervous after all this peen and butthole talk.
All right, that's good. That's funny.
Man.
If
So,
only we had the numbers, right?
we were talking about your sound and how it's progressed over time and where you're at now.
Oh yeah, I was hoping
Mark
we were
Back
brought
in the
up-
groove. Back in the
Before Mark
groove.
brought up peens and buttholes like he likes to do all the time, we were talking about
So-
your sound and like how you got to where you're at and like how you would classify your sound now.
chaotic.
Chaotic? Yeah.
Chaotic because
good.
that's what my brain is. Because sometimes I want to do one type of thing, sometimes I want to do another type of thing. Usually, what I end up with was something that I was in one mood when I started it, in another mood when I finished it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it's crap. So I don't know.
Oh.
I just, but it's it's just one of those things. It's like I tell people I have a weird way. My workflow is really weird. I always feel like it's like where people like go from start to end with something. I feel like I go start, fuck this, middle. I need to go back to something in the beginning. Well, how about the end? Did you finish it? Tomorrow, later. I hate ending things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
just
was
like it's always
actually-
like it's like weird workflow. You're gonna
That
say
was
it's
actually
familiar.
one
right?
of my questions that I was going to ask is how do you determine when a track's done? Everybody has that long pregnant pause when I ask that question.
Well, for me that pregnant pause is because the answer. I mean, for me, the honest answer is one I've heard other people give, and it's just like I'm fucking sick to death of it. I just can't. I
Yeah.
can't listen to it one more time. I just can't. And then even then, sometimes I'll leave that. I'll try to leave it, but no, most of the time I don't leave it. I'll try to, but what'll happen is I'll lose interest in it, and like a year later, I'll come back and listen to it, and I'm like, who the hell wrote this?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think we've all done that, right? Where you did something and you're like, this is absolute trash. And like a year later, you come back and you're like, who snuck this song in my folder? I didn't do this.
Where
Somebody
did
else
this
wrote
come
this.
from?
Somebody wrote this and snuck it in here to make me feel good. I don't know.
I get that all the time looking back on stuff that I've made, and I'm like, how the fuck did I even make that noise? Where did that noise come from? What synth is that coming from? How did I create
Yes.
this to get it where it is? And it's like, it's more like it's whatever it is in the air at the time, and you pull it out of the ether and you push it into the machines, and then it's that formula's gone forever, and until you can pull that stuff back out of the ether again and push it into the machines, But yeah, I get it
Yep.
all the time.
There was all this talk about pushing in the machines. Why did I start thinking about vocalists?
Oh man, I can't even stay serious today. Richard, I love you, man.
Oh, I love you, buddy.
There's a reason we've been friends for like 8 fucking years.
Yeah, you keep trying to get me in bed.
Hey, one day, I'll get you drunk enough to say yes. Haha.
And the sad thing is, Eric is serious.
I'm
Eric
serious
is
about each and every one of
deadly
you.
serious. Yeah, I know.
If I've ever said anything inappropriate to any of you clowns out there, it was fucking dead serious. And it's gonna happen. I'm not joking. I don't take these things lightly.
Eric's bedpost has got like the marks on it, except they're all clowns. It's like, yep, I got 1, 3. Yeah, I got 4 clowns last year.
Slice the line. It's like the thing on the wall they do with the lines and the slice every 5.
Yep.
I'm fucking dead serious about these topics, motherfuckers. Let me get out my questions here. Get back on track. Get fucking Richard's mind out of the gutter. So, Richard, what part of making electronic music do you find to be the hardest? Like, what step in the process is just like, fuck, I got to do this again? Drums, really?
Drums, and it's really weird because it's like, how do you get more fundamental for dance music than drums? I just never feel like my drums or my rhythms are interesting enough. And I will tell you, spending time with a lot of drum and bass people, it kind of, I mean, it's helped me fight it a little bit. Because I mean, they are never in short supply of like tips for drum programming or just a new angle to look at it or something. I mean, I started playing with sample slicing because of some of these guys. So it's like, but at the same time, when I get it, if I can get something I do like it's weird. I don't like the drum programming, but I do love that first time you get drums and a bass to lock in.
Cantina crew.
Cantina, absolutely.
Much love.
Most wonderful group of people. As is the Clown Army. So,
well, it's a side shoot of the Clown Army, so of course they're wonderful.
Yeah.
But the drums are a major ball ache for you sometimes.
It's probably where I have my least confidence. So that makes it, that kind of takes away some of the enjoyment. At the same time, when I do feel like I've, made a little headway on it, it's a big, it's a big happy moment. So I think since I've been drawn to synthesizers, programming, all the tweaks, how you can just make the sounds just change. I honestly, I think I got into synths because of pad sounds, by listening to sounds like that. Especially, I was always a big Tangerine Dream fan. So a lot of their sounds, a lot of their stuff is just evolving. And so I wanted to learn what all, and you started learning about filters and pitch and LFOs and stuff like that.
Have you ever seen those old school Tangerine Dream videos where they
like the one where they're in the church?
The church, yeah. They got like
amazing.
All of the fucking synths everywhere, and
they got the modular. And I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think because there's a large black one in there, I think it might be a Roland 700.
I was gonna think so too. Yeah,
which is like because I mean they're one of the people that would have like something mythic like that. But
yeah, I wouldn't even know what to do with a room full of synthesizers like that.
I do.
I do too.
I'd order an ass load of cables.
An ass load of cables.
An ass load of cables. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have a room full of full size modular synths. My biggest concern at that point is I'm running out of patch cables.
We need more people.
I don't even know what I'm going to be doing with them. Yeah. I don't even know what I'd be doing with them. I have not sat down and messed with modular. I mean, I get the basics, but
you just do this. That sounds great. Let's see if oh no, that sounds terrible. Let's do, oh God, that's good. That's my experience.
And the truth is with any piece of equipment, that's like some of it's with intent and some of it's happy accidents.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, most of my favorite things I've come up with are for happy accidents.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, oh, that's crap. That's crap. You flip another patch or something, or you change a filter envelope, and you're like, oh no, that sounds good.
Oh, I could work with this. So drums can be a bit of a bitch. I get that because, like, for me, I can get the grum. The drum groove, the main groove comes to me easy, but then the variations to make it less loop-like, you know what I mean? To switch the drums up over time, that's the part that comes hard to me as far as drums go. Like, I can get the main idea down, but how do I break it out from sounding like just a fucking loop? Those variations, those little tweaks, those little fills, that's the part I struggle with.
Actually, I do too. That's kind of it, because I don't, because to kind of like time and think where the fills or the turnarounds should be requires, honestly, it requires a stretch of concentration that I get challenged by. And what I mean is, like, I have to think, I have to imagine how the sounds are laid out. And I guess I have a hard time like thinking that many blocks, that many bars basically, and to think where all the different turnarounds and different things. And of course, just coming up with ones that don't sound, boring.
Right. That's my thing.
But,
or just
but even more so than
cliche.
that, I mean, that is, but even more so than that is just being able to get the proper punch. I feel like learning how to process drum sounds like anything else is going to be an ongoing thing. But
I bet even drum and bass people say the same thing. It's an ongoing thing.
well, it's either that or they're always looking for a new way to crack that nut. So
yeah. So on the flip side of that, what is something that is the opposite? That it just comes naturally for you? You fucking love doing it? Like, in terms of music production, like, what's something that is just like your strong suit, for lack of better words, in your opinion?
I don't know if it's a strong suit, but it's one I definitely enjoy. It's like I talked about pads earlier. I love they're good breaks too.
Yeah.
I love the evolving sounds. I like the programming, textures, whether it's like movement within the sound, whether it's rhythmic LFO or gating, stuff like that. I love creating textures, and I also like taking sounds and creating sounds that they may have one texture, and you just may have one plugin or one gate or something like that, and you could just roll something on, and now it's a completely different sound.
Yeah, I love that too.
But in that kind of programming came to me when I had a less powerful computer, because I'm like, okay, if I do this, now I'm basically getting two usable sounds out of the same track and out of the same plugins. So I'm not using more processor. That was more, and I think that was a good thing about learning computer stuff too, was it made you kind of, we talk about now being unlimited because we have insane RAM and power and stuff. But there was a time when you had to really budget your resources when you were creating, especially when VSTs first came on. You had to be like, how much of a drain or how. I mean, I can remember there was a time when I was thought to myself, wow, I only used to care about my computer specs for gaming.
Yeah.
And now it's like now like I care about other specs for my PC. And well, now I'm like, okay, well, I need to get something that's got good gaming specs and good music specs. And then after a while it was like, no, I need the good music specs and I want the really good ones. Gaming shit can go. I've had this computer. I've had this PC for 5 years, and I only just put a graphics card in it like last year.
Damn.
It never had a.
I remember when you were building that.
Yep, it's been a minute, and I've rebuilt it a couple times. So
how do the flashing lights not distract you?
Because they actually calm me.
Ah.
Are you talking about my light setup in here?
I was talking specifically the PC. It's got like the lights going on and stuff. I'd be like,
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's everything I have in here. They're all synced to that. I've got the lights in the PC. Yeah, I got those there, but then I've also got, the lights around the edge and a bunch more over here. It was, yeah, I've just got them all. It's just something I enjoy. It kind of sets a mood for me. Um, and I mean, I'm just not. I don't really like bright light and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
like it's calming. It's become a decompression chamber, and that it's where I want to make music. It just makes it like a dual use, and I'll come in here, relax, play some music, have the lights down, have the star projector up, so on and so forth, and it'll just calm me down, relax me, help me kind of like just
Get in the
wipe
zone.
off. Yeah, but mainly wipe off the. I had to interact with people today. I had to wipe all that off, and then just sit there and be good. Now you're relaxed. I'm like, okay, well now I feel like messing with my gear or this, that, and the other. I usually don't turn them off. I just keep it on and just try to ride that mood.
John Coffey. Fuck off.
Eric,
My studio's literally at a bar, so literally this is a bar. Richard, we've talked a lot about your sound and a bit about how you make your sound and stuff. I think it's a good segue for Mark to cue up the second track of yours for everybody to hear. Mark, cue track 2. I'll show you my tip as payment of track 2.
You call that a tit? All right. Oh.
music was chaotic. It doesn't sound chaotic at all. It sounds very deliberate.
Thank you. I think when I said chaotic, I think I was meaning more like what I feel like writing at any given time. That's why everything feels like, I always think it sounds like I'm trying to mash things together, but I'm really not. That's just the evolution of while I was thinking about music before and the time it took me to get the track going.
Like, I'm a fine one to talk, but most of the tracks that you've sent over for play are like 2 years old.
Yeah.
Have you released anything recently?
The last thing I did, the last track I completed, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but it's just been a bit of a block lately. The last track I completed was that collab track with Rip.
Oh, okay.
So
Yep.
that was the last thing I worked on, other than just been working around with the hardware. But yeah, I'm gonna address that at some point. Yeah, but the writing just kind of dipped down. But yeah, these were all older tracks. It's true.
I can completely relate. I think the last thing I actually released was with Fanatic 12,000 Transatlantic Funk stuff. So,
And we're looking at about 2 years ago for that as well.
yeah.
So
I can relate.
Here is the collab track.
Ooh.
And honestly, what a good partner to pick for the collab track.
Oh, that was a fantastic experience. And I mean, I'm 2 for 2 for doing the collab project and making a new friend. It's just been great.
Yeah, I literally finished my track last night, sent over to Prism, and he's mastered it already.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I wonder what he said. Go ahead,
he trolled the fuck out of me. He sent one back, and literally there's a 2.5 minute fade out. I'm like, you fucking troll.
Who did that to you?
Prism.
Oh,
Right.
oh wait, I may have
Fixed
seen
it
a
for you,
picture.
Mark.
I may have seen the picture of that.
I fixed it for you, Mark.
Kind of looked
So,
like
yeah.
this.
Yeah, literally for like 2 minutes. And I'm sat listening to it. I'm like, is the volume getting quieter on this? What the fuck's going on? And literally, it was like, you trolly motherfucker.
2 minutes into the fade out, Mark's like, oh no!
Literally, I'm like, man, the mastering's on this is not great. Like, Jesus, when did Prism? Oh, you fucking troll.
Oh man, that was smooth though. That was smooth, man. Nice selection of sounds. I really digged it.
Oh.
So Richard, has there been in your years of production, and just music in general, has there been like a breakthrough aha moment? Maybe is there like something that you stumbled on, a tip or a piece of advice that you stumbled onto that just was kind of like a game changer for you?
You know, funny thing is, all of my aha moments with music production were like, aha, this is fucked. I quit.
Oh no.
And I would do that. That would be an aha moment. It'd take me a long time to come back to it. And then I'm like, okay, all right. Yep, I'm doing this. I'm still doing this. I can't help myself. It's, blah, 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 blah. And then I wouldn't have a lot of those. I mean, I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of one right now. But I can remember many times where I was like, rage flip the table, fuck this shit,
Yep. I can completely relate to that. I opened up the other day to work on my US meetup set, and I haven't actually plugged everything up to the computer, because I got a hybrid kind of setup. I hadn't plugged everything up properly and tried to make a track. I've been doing sound design crap lately and getting lost down that rabbit hole. I was like, I'm going to start this US meetup set, and I plugged everything up, and I got my Ableton project all set up with the routing right and everything, and I kind of wrote some basic MIDI stuff in Ableton to send to the synthesizer, and I hit play with all of them. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And I was kind of having that moment where it's like, fuck, I can't do this. I quit. There's too much to do. I'm overwhelmed, blah, blah, blah. And I just shut it all off. I'm like, this is fucking garbage. And I came back to it the next day and I turned it all back on. And I'm like, all right, Eric, it's not as drastic as you thought. Adjust the volume here, fucking do this there. But I kind of find some of my breakthroughs come through, for lack of better words, dramatic moments, where you have that dramatic moment, and sometimes you need to kind of take a breather, and then you come back and you're able to wrap your head back around it.
I think that's what I did. It was just a more extreme version.
Did Eric just say he was a drama queen?
Is that fucking news to anybody? Anybody that actually knows me knows I have a touch for the dramatics.
Mark's starting to remind me of an old game show. I can't remember, but it was like you had to avoid the whammies. The little cartoon whammy dude would come out, do something mean to the person, and then go back. Or it was like that? As Mark comes in, and you're like, whammy. Here you go.
Thanks, Mark. With friends like you, I swear. No, but sometimes I think there's also a lot of people out there that have that same experience where, you kind of got to come up against that wall before you can break through the other side. And sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's a month or a year. But, as long as you come back, I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a point or an argument for the fact that you can be compelled to do something even if it doesn't always make you feel good. It'd be realistic.
Yeah.
We do this. If it was always fun, then there would be no point, because you have to put some work into it and then get something out of it for it to be satisfying. So,
and it can be very satisfying on the back end. Very satisfying. Like a drug.
Right, and this is I'll just go ahead and touch briefly on the controversial topic of AI.
Oh no, not the AI.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, a lot of people who think like everything's going to get replaced with it. Of course, you could see where the danger of that is.
Right.
I think what's ultimately, people are going to get to a point where they're going to be able to hear and tell where the humanity is and stuff, and that will be the difference. That'll be what make people still want like originally composed music.
Yep.
That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, because majority of people just kind of eat up what they're given too. So
yeah, I feel like with the AI thing, it'll get to a point where where these online things might become a little bit dated, and we'll want to see a person in front of us playing a synthesizer, or see a person playing a guitar or a drum set, because we'll get so jaded with the AI and how it intertwines with the electronic world. You know what I mean? We'll crave that in-person kind of experience.
Yep, I stumbled across this yesterday, hunting some more mashups. This is an AI track. Just check it out. Yeah, look at Richard's face. I dream about creating something like this.
Right.
Some dude did it with a couple of prompts.
this is fucking sick.
Yeah, it really is.
This is an AI mashup.
Yep.
Wow.
Take back everything I said earlier. We're fucked.
It's
Yeah, we're
ridiculous,
fucked.
right? Yeah, we're
But-
fucked.
Yeah, what I said sounded good. This is like, yeah, no.
It's beyond good, you know?
But I go back to kind of a topic that we were talking about a bit ago. Where's the satisfaction in this at the end of the day? What's the point?
The satisfaction of this is
Yeah,
watching
what's
a
the
crowd
point?
bounce to it. And this
Well,
would make a crowd bounce.
No, the satisfaction to it is the same thing that all three of us sitting there going, holy
Yeah,
shit.
right? Yeah, right?
Because I didn't expect to get my brain get a Woody from something that made by AI.
Exactly.
But if I
exactly.
made that a track like that using AI, and I watch you guys, you know, I throw it out in the universe and I watch you guys going, oh man, this is fucking sick. It's not going to have the same satisfaction as if I put that blood, sweat, and tears into making the same thing, maybe not quite as good or whatever. And then I see you guys reacting to my blood, sweat, and tears the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I hit, you know, make a cool song with Metallica and Prodigy, prompt, boom, and you guys are like, yeah, you know, it's different. It's different. Whereas I put that work in and then I see the fruits of my actual work. I don't know.
Right. Well, I think the thing is also with stuff like that is like there's a place for it. That to me that was like a cool, like an oddity. That was like a little piece of candy to look at, you know, to nibble on. That was it. That's not going to be my musical meal. I'm going to go find an artist I like. Probably I've been listening to for some time.
I'm going to go
that's a neat
find an
little
artist.
nugget.
I'm going to go find an artist playing something live, a jazz artist or something where they're fucking up, you know, every 15 notes or whatever. And it's
You
a
can't
happy
fuck
little
up.
accident.
That it's not jazz.
Yeah.
You can't
you know
fuck
what
up
I mean.
15 times in jazz.
I will say though that is going into my mashup folder. That I will play that one out. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It was. I mean, it was sick. The bass sound alone was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. And like I say, I drool about making something like that, and that, you know, and I get what Eric is saying, but that tune wouldn't exist unless somebody prompted it. So somebody did create it as such. But again, we're in a whole mire of what AI is.
Gray space. It's a lot of gray space.
Massive gray space. It really, really is.
I think a big part of it is going to be whether somebody, because I mean, I saw when you blew that up, the only thing I saw was Metallica, Prodigy, Versus. That's all I saw. I didn't see an artist name. I didn't see, you know, presented by, mashed up by. So if it's just the thing, then it should be okay. If it's somebody like, hey, my name is da da da, and I made this, and making it was a 2-sentence prompt.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work.
I see John Coffey in the chats. You know, he says, but if it has the financial gain, that's the sad truth. The hits bring cash. I mean, there is, I guess, the satisfaction in that if you made that and make a bunch of money off of it.
Again, we're back to the sellout business that we talked about like hours and hours ago. There was a guy who made an AI band, popped it into Spotify, and then made bots to listen to it. And the guy made a ridiculous amount of money out of it. And it's like, you know, if that's how you're going to generate your cat, I'd fucking do that if I was guaranteed £1 million at the end of it. You know,
I mean, like, fuck it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, is it my passion? No. Is it my bread and butter at that point? Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna fucking do it.
I would do that mainstream and probably have a little side project going on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That I play in the actual
did you
underground.
Oh God! Well, not the Tidy Boy. Yeah, it's the Tidy Boys. The Tidy Boys released Jive Bunny. Now, you're probably all a little bit too old to know what Jive Bunny was, but it hit the UK #1 for like 12 weeks in a row. And that paid for everything they did after that, you know? So that one-hit wonder, you know, enabled them to be able to do what they wanted to do as a passion. You know? Yeah. Sometimes you've got to just bite the bullet.
There's something to be said about that.
Yeah,
There's something to be said about that, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen, it's similar but different, that... It's Japanese or something. It's Makamoko Mokushi or something like that. It's a pop thing, and they do all of their concerts with a holographic girl. She always has like anime character, blue hair and stuff. And they project her onto the screen or onto the stage. Like, that's pretty cool. I could see
Miko or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. That's pretty wild, I think, stuff like that. But I don't know. I have a love-hate with the AI world. You know, I like to use AI to help me at work so I don't look stupid. But when I do things that I'm passionate about, it just feels like cheating to me. You know.
Well, I think in creation, as far as creation of tools and things like that, I think it's pretty I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, the fact that you can test out an idea that you're thinking of now, like, oh, I want to make this. Wouldn't it be great if we could do this? Or I wonder if anybody would be interested in this. Well, can you make it? No, because I don't know how to code. Okay, well,
Right.
now you can now the AI is doing the that heavy lifting part for you, and now your focus can be your idea, refining your idea. And I think that's where things are going to. That's where I'm guessing that things are going to move towards. I think it's going to be like you're going to work. You're still working with AI, but the nature of the work is going to change. Your work is going to be
Two
even
things
more
there.
mental.
Somebody had said, what's the difference in AI and the girl who's famous for live coding techno? But live coding techno, I went to this Boston synthesizer meetup thing in Boston, and I saw this two people doing a live coding thing, and fucking A, if you can live code in real time and make it do stuff, like, that's fucking insane. That's insane to like perform, and you're doing it off of coding that you're doing in live time. Like, that's insane. That's different than AI. I mean, AI, you do a prompt and like let it unleash it. Coding, if you fuck your code up, you fuck the whole setup. You know what I mean? John.
John, the Smurf army.
The Smurf army. Don't mention Smurfs, John. You're going to make people mad again. Remember the last time? Remember the last time you almost got into a Street Fighter style fight over Smurfs?
Literally. There's a
This
story
man
behind
does
this.
not
I'm
less-
not going to let it out, but there's a story
This
behind
man
this.
does not learn his lesson. But I had a cool dream the other night, and it was kind of like a virtual reality type dream. I mean, the topic was virtual reality of the dream, and it was like a 2-part dream. The first part, I was like teleporting through VR into these historic monuments around the world. Like, I went to the pyramids of Giza, and like I'm sitting in my living room, and like in my mind, or I'm actually walking around in Giza. Like, it feels real, like you're really there. And that also, at the same night, I had this dream of being able to perform in a virtual realm where you can, on the fly, almost like MIDI prompts. You know how people do MIDI prompts and it does the lighting for them, or maybe they have a screen behind them and that changes what happens on the screen. Almost like MIDI prompts, but in a virtual realm for a performer, where like I, as a performer, I can change myself in live time. I could be the fucking devil playing a guitar at one moment, and then I can, in a blink of an eye, change my entire thing into like fucking an angel playing the drums. I don't know.
The obvious thing for me would be you'd have to come down out of a spaceship and with 2 people as aliens.
Yes.
Like Little Gray is sitting there playing, and it's still your music, but this is the show that people are seeing. No, I'm 100% on board.
But it has me kind of intrigued about where technology can go. Like, that would be super cool if we could all tap into this virtual venue. And
Eric, we could probably build what you just suggested. If somebody hasn't already made something that works like that already, we could probably just sit there and do it ourselves.
And imagine it if it's real, if it feels real for the people that have whatever devices in the future we have for the virtual realm on. It feels real, like you're in person there, and you just watched me in front of you go like and turn into a devil or something. You know what I mean? And I'm like my guitar.
Especially
I could change the venue around me in live time with the music. Like, that could be so fucking awesome. I just feel like we're focusing technology in the wrong areas sometimes, but at the same time, they might be parallel avenues to the same
honestly,
goal.
give it time. The future is going to be mental. Like absolutely mental. The way technology has ramped up recently. Like remember Mid Journey from like a year or two ago, and there was like 3 arms and 6 hands and
Yeah.
all the rest of it, and how far it's come along now. What you're talking about, Eric, is literally a couple of years away. It literally is. And when you said, whatever devices you've got on, chances are it will be a little input. You just plug a little input in, and then literally, because the brain is a
computer itself.
Yeah, an electrical receptor is what it is, and you've just got to prompt it in the right place to be like. Honestly, like virtual realms are going to be insane in the future. They really,
I can only imagine, man. Like if the flames go off on the stage in the virtual realm, you can feel the heat coming off of it.
Absolutely. Again, all just electrical impulses, and if you know which electrical impulses to push, then you're there. And I literally, we're on the cusp of that right now. We really are.
Oh man, that blows my mind. I always had this vision of being able to just morph in front of people. You know what I mean? Like as an art form.
No, it's a cool idea. I'm just seeing the idea of you like performing in a virtual space and be like, welcome to the holodeck. No shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what we want to see. And I know that's what Mark wants to see. Holodeck.
You would never see me again if there was a holodeck that felt real. You'd never see me again.
My holodeck would be full of pornography scenarios. Okay,
literally.
Let's be real. I ain't leaving. I ain't leaving my porno deck.
Yeah, it's not going to be it's not going to be the holodeck either. For him, it's going to be the hollow dick.
Yes.
We know Eric.
Where's Eric? He's in Hollow Dick Suite 3.
We haven't seen him for 7 months. Is he okay? Yeah, he's okay. I'm just like plugged in, like.
and you see it a lot
with
in
a milker on my
sci-fi
penis.
Films. Ghost in the Shell being one of them.
I love that series. I love that series with a passion.
Yeah, and that's literally, and and you look back at sci-fi films in the past, and like most of them have kind of got it right,
It's
so, like,
predictive. It's very predictive.
Yeah.
I like some of the different, like, of course, everybody's familiar with like the Matrix view of the post-apocalyptic future or whatever.
Hey,
but
don't
some other ones
me from the Matrix, please. If we're in the Matrix, leave me plugged the fuck in.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, right?
Yes.
But another one that Johnny Mnemonic, which also had batteries, but Johnny Mnemonic was another one I used to love, and it was one of those ones that everybody hated it. And I was like, nah, man, this is kind of cool.
Yeah,
it was like, there's that one. When you talk about the stuff in the brain, was it Brainstorm? Brainstorm, where they were like they could go in and record stuff. They had come up with a device. I'm pretty sure Christopher Walken was in it, but they came up with a device, a headpiece they could put on and could record your experiences.
Well, because I remember reality. There's a company in Japan now that can record your dreams.
Videodrome, holy shit, that's an old Videodrome. That's an old one. That's an old.
I love that movie because also it touches on the topics of like taboo sexual stuff. Like what can you do in this realm?
Cronenberg movie, isn't it? Cronenberg. Yeah. So you know it's going weird.
Yeah.
It's going weird, and there's going to be some body horror.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, after he sticks it in his stomach, remember? Because he's like getting the orders. He got a very very vaginal looking opening to his abdomen, and he's got the VHS tape sticking in there. And then there's one of them I see where he puts his hand in there with his gun, and he comes out, and the gun is like formed to his hand.
Yeah,
it's all gooey looking and stuff.
Absolutely love that movie.
It was a Walther PPK. I'll have to go back and look.
And Debbie Harry,
Oh God, Debbie Harry, jeez.
Eric seems more naked lunch. What? What the fuck does that even mean, Devil Blade?
The movie Naked Lunch.
Yeah, have you not seen Naked Lunch? You must have seen Naked Lunch. Have you not?
No, I don't think so.
It's a weird film. Is it not Bukowski? It's the other one. Burroughs, William H. Burroughs, is it him? But anyway, it's really, really odd. It's a film that you got to watch a couple of times because you're like, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck did I just see?
Yeah, literally. But yeah, good film. One that you should have seen.
Backtracking, Debbie Harry in fucking Videodrome. Oh my god, she's a fucking hottie.
I didn't even
Oh
realize she
my
was in it.
god. Oh yeah, Debbie Harry from Blondie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, that's. I'm trying to think what other. There's some other good movies that touch on those things. Oh, I tell you, one that's cool as hell. If you haven't watched it, it was Altered Carbon.
Yes.
I tried so hard with that one. I really did.
The first, both seasons are good, but the first season in particular, I mean,
Yeah.
I just their whole, just that whole future. Now, I love when people come up with like really, cool ideas of like, oh, this is our potential future. I mean, like in the 80s, it was always like, flying bikes and shit like that and jetpacks. But I'm liking the ones that are like, look at like technology as it is now, and they just imagine where it's going to go. And then, if you've ever read, there's a graphic novel I love called Transmetropolitan, and
I've read it.
The future they show is insane, but it's a lot of the same stuff. It's like cyber augmentation, all kinds of drugs, but they're legal. People use them for all kinds of stuff. It is weird. People could do they could do what they call temping. They would change their appearance for a week or so by using like DNA plugins.
Oh man,
So
I
you can
get
make them so they walk around with
trouble.
reptile skin or feathers or something like that. Just cool, freaky ass shit, but shit that sounds like it would be at the end of a rabbit hole that we could start right now.
Well, CRISPR. Have you heard of CRISPR?
CRISPR.
It's a DNA modifying gene, and people are using it to do pretty much what you're saying. It's still in the very early stages, but yeah, CRISPR is a DNA changer. So again, all of these things are coming true that are in sci-fi films. It's
I think
insane.
that would be cool. Like you said, the DNA changing things. Is if I could do it like almost like putting makeup on for the night.
It's gonna come.
Can I look like Mark for the day?
Yeah, it is going to come. It literally.
That can get dangerous. There's a lot of gray areas there too.
The other interesting concept they had in there was like they had like a medical stuff. Like you could get a bottle of pills, so they called it, traits. So if you like to smoke, you could take an anti-cancer trait and you could smoke as much as you want all day, every day, and you would never get cancer.
Smoking right now.
And so that's kind of that. I thought that was kind of an interesting way to go with that. There's all kinds of just weird things that you look at that and you're like, if somebody took this thing that we do now and took the wrong path with it, this is where it would end up.
Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem.
A concept I find pretty cool. There's a couple shows and stuff about it, and I think they kind of scratch the surface of the topic. But the possibility of us living forever in a computer realm, where if my physical body dies, you can put, I don't know the technical terms, but like my being, my consciousness into a server somewhere, and I could live forever. You could just be like,
my issue with that is, would it still be me? Because like it.
I don't know. I feel like you as a person, would, when you die, would have a hard line, an
like, end, yeah,
and then it picks back up, but the people around you would hopefully not know the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. But would I wake up in that digital realm, or would it be my copy that woke up?
That's the ideal. Is that you would wake up in that digital realm?
Yeah, that's the thing. Does your consciousness remember going to sleep as a human and then remember waking up as a digital? So is it still you, or you said, did somebody just copy you and put you in the digital realm, but you really died sitting over here? So,
but they're doing a lot of cool studies on the consciousness nowadays. And with the tools that they have and the tools they're developing, they're able to track bits and pieces that they think are like fragments and tells of what your consciousness is made out of, So I think in a matter of 10, 20 years, 30 years,
Probably not even that long, mate. Probably not even.
Probably not even that long.
Have you seen the fruit fly that they mapped its brain and then woke it up in the digital realm and it just started doing fly things?
That's crazy.
Yeah, right. It honestly blew my mind, and so and if that's the technology that they're leaking to us at the moment, imagine what's going on in the black, ops of stuff,
behind the scenes.
Yeah, because like the military industrial complex is not where all these innovations are happening. It's in the black sector where people have got loads of money and they just want to pour money into it. So this is something that Rich just said. Like, if in the wrong hands, is it going to be twisted into something that the future is going to be fucking weird, like really fucking weird.
But it won't be weird to us because it will be divvied out to us in segments that it will just seem like natural.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If they just drop it on you, it's going to be weird. They're going to breadcrumb us along until we can accept that reality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if they just drop
like a Joe Rogan podcast at the moment.
I know, because now we've slipped into social engineering and government and this, that, and the other. I'm like, wait a second.
Wasn't this a music interview? What the fuck happened?
Right.
Michael Walker says, EML Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
That
was another one I forgot.
Yeah, I love that movie, though.
And again, you go back to the 90s for that one.
Yeah.
Go on.
There was another one that was, I want to say, I can't remember the name of it, but it was the first time I ever saw Russell Crowe. He was like this evil AI that we used to like train cops or whatever, and he gets loose. Somehow he gets loose into the real world. I believe, sure, he was a bad guy, and I think the hero was Denzel Washington. I can't remember the name of the frickin' movie.
I don't think I've seen that.
My tongue.
I just remember his character's, Russell Crowe's character, the digital freak was called Sid.
Of course.
Which, of course,
It feels like an overused villain name.
Well, I mean, it was Sid also because he's digital. So the Sid chip, the Commodore 64.
I never made that connection.
Yeah.
And the original, I think it was the first piece of Electron's gear was the Sid station.
Oh, really?
They built the synthesizer around those chips. I'm pretty sure.
So you say Sid, I can't make the disconnect of acid, Sid. Growing up, it was always called Sid.
I know, but Virtuosity. Yeah. Thank you. That was the movie. Brilliant.
I haven't seen that, so I will absolutely check it out.
Yeah, it's an older one, but it's very much in that, like Lawnmower Man, except maybe a little, murder, crime, drama stuff with it.
Definitely worth a watch, man. I haven't seen it, just looked it up there. Michael, our little dictionary behind the scenes.
That's okay, man. That was helpful. Let me, because honestly, I had the tab open in the brain. I'm like, I have to look this up as soon as we're done. No longer have to. Thank you.
Richard, how would you use a virtual landscape if you could use it for your music? How would you use a virtual landscape? What would be your ideal, like, perfect scenario in that virtual landscape that we mentioned? I'm trying to bring it back to music.
There would be a lot of course, there would be a lot of medium intensity, multicolored stuff going on, lights or whatever. But being a virtual landscape, the sources of the lighting you could get more creative with.
Yes.
I mean, people, your virtual people go into the virtual venue and, you got lights going everywhere, but not necessarily spotlights. It might be, giant UFOs sending colored beams down, stuff like that. I mean, I think the limit would literally be your imagination at that point. I mean, and I'm pretty sure I could just think right off the top of my head a few things I would make would be like more on the lovely side, some of them just absolutely horrific.
Yeah. I think I kind of touched on mine. It would be the ability to be able to switch myself and the surroundings, the environment, into the mood of the music that I'm trying to portray, Like, right. I've always had this vision of being able to be up there as like Eric, a manly man or whatever, and I'm like maybe singing the male vocal part, and then I transform into like the lady from Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the
Jessica
Rabbit, yeah. I transform into Jessica Rabbit and I sing the female part, and then next thing you know, like I'm in the crowd behind you, like singing in your ear in person, but every single person in the crowd is experiencing that at the same time individually, you know what I mean? Like for every person that's watching the show individually, like I'm singing to them in their ear or playing an instrument to them individually, you know what I mean?
Yeah, each person has their own personal experience.
Even though they're all in the crowd as a collective, they're experiencing it in like in a very intimate individual way.
Right. And you
We
know
both
where that,
watch a lot of
you know
sci-fi
where,
movies.
yeah, you know where that tech, yeah, but you also know where that technology is going to lead. That technology would have no problem being funded for further development the minute it starts hitting the adult industry.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Because that's where the sales are going to come from. That's where the money that's going to drive everything. Because we're nothing if not predictable.
Back to porn, doesn't it?
Yep.
Always.
You know, it's ridiculous.
You know,
Sex sells, baby. Sex sells.
Really, really
we can't
does.
make money with anything else. Pull your dick out. Oh, here's money. We're throwing it at you.
Wait, you guys are getting money for pulling your dicks out? I just catch charges. What the fuck?
That's not all you catch.
Time and place, mate. Time and place. You know? Really depends on where you're pulling your John Thomas out.
Oh, okay. Nobody
I
told
love
me
that. I never hear that one said. I like that one.
What, John
Thomas.
Thomas?
Yeah, you're John Thomas.
I'm going to use that in the casual workplace and see if anybody picks up on it. You're being a real John Thomas right now, Roger.
Yeah, it's part of it. It's one of the lyrics in "Sit on My Face and Tell Me If You Love Me," right?
What?
I think it's one of the lyrics in there. I think it's one of the things where he says he refers to it as John Thomas or oh wait, no, is John Thomas or no, it's not. I got the songs mixed up. It's another freaking Monty Python thing. Whatever.
We spent 10 minutes trying to figure out how to describe penises.
And to get away with it. To get away with it on, that's the important part.
Well, back to the virtual
like this one over here. Like this one over here. Those pictures were not of hot dogs, sir. No matter how far you try to zoom in.
Back to the virtual concert thing. I could be like shagging you and nobody else in the crowd would know. I mean, everybody has their own, like a group collective experience, but at the same time, an intimate personal experience. I could be like, you like my music, don't you?
Yeah, I see what happened. I see what happened. He's not wearing the collar, so I didn't see the chain. So Mark couldn't go, stop it.
Mark, you're supposed to be the responsible adult in this conversation. What happened?
I'm fucking loving this interview. Honestly, like we've covered just about every topic,
except music.
Right, we are.
Well, we just did a lot of music.
We did a lot of music. It was mostly band related. We are 8 minutes away from beating Warren Dancy to a 3-hour interview, literally.
Richard, we got to go 10 minutes longer. We can shag for 10 minutes longer and we'll beat the world record.
If I had a nickel for every time you said that to me.
It started at your house in front of your wife. She didn't appreciate it as much as I did, but
And yet she still told you could come back. So
see, she's like, please, by all means, keep him entertained for a while. Thank you.
No, but she's like, now there's 2 idiots in there making noise on the gear.
Oh God, that's similar to what Roger said when I first started talking to him about the U.S. meetup. He's like, how many people are coming? And I'm like, there's about 10 people coming here. He's like, 10 people talking about nerdy synthesizer stuff nonstop?
All day long. Yeah.
All day long, nonstop?
I mean, it sounds like heaven to me.
I know for him it's hell. He immediately booked a reservation with our best friend Sue. He's like, "Hey, girl." Like literally, he picked up the phone before the words could leave my mouth. He's like, "Hey, girl, what are you doing on this date and this date and this date? Can I come over and stay with you?" She's like, "Oh yeah, of course." He's like, "Eric, his friends, synthesizers." She's like, "Say less."
You've said enough.
I'm like, "What the fuck?"
So you're saying we're not gonna have any Roger around?
No, he's booked a Cape Cod vacation for the week.
I mean, I can't say I blame him.
He's like, "Don't get arrested." And that's about the only thing I have for you as far as rules. Do not go to jail. No cops, and you're good to go. Have the place to yourself. And I'm like,
don't burn the place down.
He didn't say that. That's implied. If we burn the place down. You never want to burn the venue down. I mean, come on.
No.
Like I say, this interview's been 3 hours long, and we've chatted about fucking everything, so I can wholly understand why Roger's like, fuck that shit. I'm out of here, motherfuckers. I'm not getting involved in that.
We got me.
Like, why are you running away?
Me, Richard, John Coffey alone is enough to make him go,
That's going to be chaos.
Yeah, it really is.
Mark, you went on vacation. Little did you know it's going to be a workcation.
Literally, right?
Look, I got a lot of stuff.
It's not going to be a work. It's not going to be a workcation. You're going to have too much fucking fun.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
I like to think so, but I'm biased.
And if you're not, then we have failed.
If you're not, then get the fuck out.
I think it's going to be amazing. Like I say, 3 hours long, this interview, chats flowed, chatted about just about everything. You know, I think it's going to be a great time. I feel sorry for the people who have no interest in synthesizers at this meetup.
There's a couple of...
My first question would be, why are you here?
There's a couple
Roger would be like, well, I fucking live here. I mean, like, okay. But anybody else, they're like, this sucks. This synthesizer. Why are you here? Why'd you come?
Look, there's a couple of spouses that are going to join a few of the people coming to the meetup. And if you guys do not want to deal with our synthesizer talk, we'll send you to Foulmouth Cape Cod and you can go hang out with Roger for the week. It'll be a girls' vacation for y'all, and we'll all the boys will talk about synthesizers and nerdy shit.
Yeah,
mainly, drum racks. Look at my drum rack, bro. It's the best fucking drum machine in the world. Look at how I do this, and it goes boop. It sounds like an 808 cowbell, but look how I made it.
Look at my complex routing matrix.
Yeah.
Look at this. I can control anything from anything. And, you know, somebody's just looking at it going, oh, that's real fucking nice.
You will check out my doorless jam. You will check out my doorless jam.
Look. I need somebody to figure out
how we got here.
How to make it work. I need MIDI mapping to the butt plug I'm going to wear all day for the meetup. I need somebody to help me sort the MIDI mapping for my butt plug.
Okay, well, first we're going to need a MIDI Bluetooth.
Bass responsive, okay? Every time that sub hits, I want to be like, woo! Silence. Nobody can help me MIDI map my butt plug. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, I had an idea and then I lost it. Like when I realized I just couldn't keep serious. I mean, I had as far as the Bluetooth MIDI receiver. I'm like, this will physically make it possible.
It was.
I guess better than being into something, I suppose.
Well, it was when the image of Eric's anus entered your mind. You're like, oh no, I'm not doing this.
Well,
with like a little mid range, like a little 5-inch mid range sitting there, a little tweeter winking at you. Like,
I just picture the setup. Like, you guys ever seen that old school South Park episode where Eric Cartman gets abducted by the aliens and he's in the field and the big antenna comes out of his ass?
Yeah, that was actually the first episode.
That's what I'm looking for, guys.
That was the first episode. If you're not including the Spirit of Christmas. But yeah.
second episode potentially.
Oh no, that was season 3, I think it was.
What
Was
was
it?
that? What was season 3?
When they revisited it.
The alien abduction one.
No, the alien abduction one was the first one, and then they
Oh,
revisited it a couple of seasons later.
Oh. I know I've seen it, but I can't remember it.
No.
Anywho,
Yeah,
I need an antenna. I'll be walking around the US meetup with a big fucking satellite dish coming out of my ass the whole time, and I expect you guys to figure out the MIDI mapping to make it work. Damn it. What did I bring you guys here for?
So, anybody got a question for Rich? Let's try and pull it back.
I do.
Pull it out. Just pull it.
I got questions for Rich.
Go on then.
So, Richard, we mentioned before the collaboration that you did. Who was your last collaboration partner? Remind me.
Robert Veal.
Rip. Yeah.
So, do you enjoy doing collaborations? Are you more of a lone wolf? What's your feelings on collaboration?
Well, I've actually, it's kind of a new thing for me. I did one with John Coffey. I think our plan is to revisit it at some point. Then of course I did the one track with Rip, but the first one I did was with Vladdy. And that was interesting because we started out with a collaboration track. The next thing you know, we're doing the vocal D&B track, and then we did a whole set for Clown Fest later. I mean, it was like a year of Octopulse, and it was pretty fun. But I mean,
awesome.
that
I remember
experience.
the graphics that you guys made for that too.
Yeah, there's a cool graphic Vladdy actually designed, but they're Jesus Christ.
Yeah, John had to bring it back. We almost got it back to an interview at this point. And
Yeah,
John's
we
like,
almost got
"No,
it
you
back."
don't."
John's like, no. John's throwing the grenade now.
Yeah.
That's what John does in all of our chats.
Piece of
on
paper. He
Facebook.
actually drew a picture of a grenade, rumpled it up, and threw it.
Yes. John does this on all of our chats. Like, we've been trying to plan the US meetup for like 2-3 months now. Like, we had the group chat going on. We're like trying to fire back ideas and stuff. John is always there, like putting us off the rails purposely. I think he enjoys watching us off the rails.
It's the ADHD.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
chaos. I love it.
It's a language we all speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an unspoken language.
You mean we have to be serious? Okay, I'll be. Oh, squirrel.
Yes.
Stay focused. Okay, I'm staying focused. Dinner's ready? Okay. What were we talking about?
I had a boss when I was coming into the industry that I work in, when I was early in the stuff I do now.
Porn.
Yeah, porn. He used to be like, come on, Eric, stay on track. Don't get squirreled. Stop getting squirreled. And I'd be like, oh, squirrel. He's like, there you go again. Stop getting squirreled.
We still, my friends and I at work it's all the time. It's like, what are we doing? Okay. Oh, we're doing this, or we're looking at this. Like, everybody's, when you work with a group of people and everybody has a little bit of ADHD, and it's like, somehow we still manage to communicate.
I was asking Mark
and do it well.
We do it well. Same thing earlier. I was like, how do us ADHD people get in these positions that we get in our careers? How are we managers? How are we in charge of important stuff? Like, how does this happen?
It has to be stuff that stimulates you. If it doesn't give you enough stimulation, you can't hold it together to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
But I need stimulations in small bite-sized chunks. You can't give me a big thing. I need it in small, obtainable quest. You know, if you give me a big quest, I'm going to fucking procrastinate until the very end. But if you give me 1,000 little quests, along the way, I'm going to be like, like you get a reward out of each little quest, and it triggers your dopamine and your shit.
A large project and waiting until the last minute I need you to explain this concept to me. I don't know that I've ever seen or experienced this before.
What is this concept? I have no clue.
What is this? This is a new thing to me. This is alien.
It's like my set for the US meetup. Like, God, you give me this massive task. I'm supposed to be the headliner, supposedly, according to Mark. My plan was to tell Richard about 30 seconds before he goes live, you're the main headliner, don't fuck it up, and push him onto stage.
Genuinely, Rich, I think that your set is going to be finished before Eric's. I get the feeling the
I
Friday
was
night
literally
before.
about to say that. I was like, wow, am I actually going to be finished before you? This is going to
You
be
are.
insane.
Yep. Yep.
You are. I had a plan, and the plan did not work out, so now I got an 8-bar loop.
for an hour.
For an hour. And what I'm
Okay.
going to do is I'm going to strip naked in front of everybody to distract you from the fact that it's an 8-bar loop.
So, Jesus, I was just thinking what the metronome was going to be.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'll swing it in front of you, Rich, to keep you in time. Doop, 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 doop.
Okay, well, I tell you what, once we hit about 144, I'm expecting some helicopter action. It ain't gonna be no doop, 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 doop. It's gonna be.
Fuck's sakes.
That's what I want. I want to see. I want to see you do that, and I want to see you do it to like Iron Maiden's The Trooper, where when they just really get laying in there to it. I want to see you. Yeah, keep it in time with that.
Okay, but you have
Dude,
to.
shit's gonna fly off.
It's gonna fly off like a helicopter and just fly
Yeah.
away. It'll be like, oh, bye, little me. No, Richard, I can do that, but you got to provide the ice pack on the back end. I'm gonna need an ice pack after swinging.
I'm not doing
that
anything
long.
with the back end, sir. Sorry.
Ah, fuck. I try and I try and I try. And I try in creative ways, and he dodges me all the time. All the time. I think it's because your wife's sitting in the other room. She's like, please, God, please. All right, let's see the timing.
go.
Let's see the timing. Oh my God.
No, here we go. Right there.
Which bit am I locking onto here for the helicopter swinging?
Steve Harris's bass. Lock into
Yes.
that.
Yes. Ah, well, our interviewer has left us.
I quit.
There he is.
He had to pull his pants back up.
Yeah, I had to pull my pants back up, adjust my attitude a little bit. So, Richard, is there anything back on track? Back on track. We thought that John
Just so we
Coffey
can jump off it again. That's fine.
Oh fuck! We'll be here for 5 hours, man. We're gonna be here for 5 hours, Mark. You can go take a nap and come back, and we'll still be at it. Getting back on track, Richard. Other than the U.S. Clown Army meetup, is there anything that we can look forward to from you? Is there any projects you're working on?
I don't know about projects I'm working on, but apparently John Coffey's talking about jumping into something with Elsa and an 18-inch strap on. So
What?
Well, it's right there.
John!
I mean,
John!
sorry. There it is right there. I'm like, I'm sorry. What was your question again? Because that, I mean, I read that and my brain went flush. Squirrel. Big time. Dirty squirrel.
What the fuck? That's a massive squirrel that just ran by.
Mhm.
Mark's blushing. What the fuck?
It doesn't happen very often. I'm actually wearing the Elsa t-shirt as well today.
I know. I was gonna say it's pretty appropriate. That's a nice T-shirt, bro.
Nice.
Bought it for me for my birthday, I think.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's cute.
Just making sure you always know the important things to think of.
absolutely.
Every time you walk past the mirror, oh yeah, I should call her.
When the boys are talking about peens and buttholes, you can just look down at your shirt and be like, "Oh yeah."
I actually like mine. Misty got me this one. It's son of a bitch. Stop it.
What is it? I
It's
gotta look
true.
closer.
Rage,
Rage
consumes me.
consumes me. The little
Yes.
kitty with the flowers. I love it.
The kitty should have little flowers and a little switchblade, like holding it in a threatening way.
Yeah.
Rage
Well, I mean,
consumes
it's better than my other one. It was between this shirt or the one with the cactus balling up its fist and saying, "I hope I'm there when Karma Drive fucks you in the ass with a cactus."
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I thought maybe I shouldn't wear that one, but I thought the
Wear it to
cactus-
work on Casual Friday.
I need to remind you that I work at a children's hospital.
Yeah.
That's not going to fly.
Richard took Eric's advice and ended up in the unemployment line.
Well,
Yeah, unemployment line. Like,
what Eric's
unemployment.
just said there is don't listen to anything I say.
Yeah. I'm full of good, bad advice.
Yeah. And the thing was, somehow, I knew that already.
Bitch, you've known me for like 8 fucking years. Of course you know that already.
Yes. I learned
We
that
hung
after
out
8
together.
minutes.
I was like, hey,
8
Richard.
minutes into it, I'm like, I love this guy, but he doesn't have good ideas.
When we met up together, we're like 8 minutes into it, I was like, hey, Richard, you want another drink? 5 minutes later, hey, Richard, you want another drink? 10 minutes later, hey, Richard, you want another drink? You're like, fuck's sakes.
I don't believe I said no to any of those.
You didn't.
I think my response was my drink order.
I'll
You want
take
another
a
drink? Yeah, a double bourbon, please.
The good
So
thing
I
is
go to
we
the drink,
both
let's
drink
get a
Jack
screwdriver.
Daniels. We both drink Jack Daniels, and I think we both almost fell into the DJ equipment that night.
No, that was you. I was still holding it together.
Fuck you! I can't project onto you.
No.
You almost fell
You
into
keep
the DJ equipment.
you keep trying to do that too. I've told you I don't really need you to project on me. I feel like this topic comes up all the time.
It does. Probably every hour on the hour. Throughout every day of the week. I'm like, Richard, I'm going to project onto you. You're like, dude, we've covered this. No, you're not. I think we've officially beat the Warren Dancy record
Cool.
of talking
we
shit
have.
for over 3 hours.
Yes, we have.
For anybody
I-
that's still watching, I commend you. You're
Yeah.
a stronger woman than me.
I would agree
Hey, I
on
love
that.
it. And I noticed that right off the bat, I mean, Jordan's been in here since the beginning. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, Richard.
John.
Hey, Eric. Hey, Richard, the admin. Yes, Jordan, you got 3 admin cunts in one place at one time. Now you know who's judging you. We're
Yeah,
not judging. We're not
Yeah,
judging.
everybody that was hanging out for this, thanks. This was kind of this was a little different for me, but this was a good experience.
Yeah, it's gone really fucking well. It really, really has. I mean, we didn't stay on topic at all.
No.
Who needs a topic? Who needs a topic? That's the thing. I came up with this list of questions, and I'm like,
Gone.
Yeah, exactly. John just made a funny one because I feel like this is Friday, but Mark also showed up. So
yes, John, yes. And that's the point of these interviews. I want to be like, I as a person, let me adjust my camera because it's all fucked up. I as a person want to be relaxed with you guys and just like have a good time, shoot the shit, have you be you. You know, I'll be me, Mark will be Mark, and our interviewee will be them. I want to be casual, you know, like chilling with our homies because we're all homies here. We're all friends, you know, let's be real. For the most part, it's all of us friends together, you know. Even the people in the chat watching it, we're amongst friends here, you know. So I just want to be like chilled, relax, and have a good time. We'll talk about music. We'll talk about buttholes. We'll talk about peens. We'll talk about sci-fi movies. We'll talk about whatever the fuck comes to our mind because that's the Clown Army way.
I was waiting I was waiting for him to say butthole and peen again at the end of that. I mean, it would have been funny.
I put it in the middle there. I put it in the
Okay.
middle, like a serious thing, buttholes and peens, and
Right.
I have the
right.
power.
hey,
Go on,
listen,
take that
I'm
home.
not done talking about buttholes.
There we go.
God damn it! Rabble, 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 rabble.
This is gonna continue to be funny.
Nope, I'm done. No more funny, Eric. I'm all business. Now it's time for the actual interview. You guys have watched 3
Oh, God,
hours
no!
of us.
For fuck's sake!
No!
You've
Oh
watched
my
3.
god!
Right, that's the end of the interview. Thank you, Rich. See
Okay.
you later.
No problem. Much love.
Oh man, I love you guys. This is why we're gonna have so much fun at the US Clown Army meetup. It's gonna be
We are.
hard to get anything serious done because when we link up, we're just a bunch of fucking nuts. No pun, all pun intended.
All right, on that note, great interview, Eric. Really, really good. Did we stay on topic? No, not at all. Was it fun? Yes, it absolutely was.
What is topic?
Yeah, right. Okay, so yeah, let's leave everybody after 3 hours, 15 minutes, and 55 seconds, which is now officially the longest fucking interview. I don't know if that was your goal for this one, but you absolutely fucking smashed it, mate. Right, let's leave you with one last track from Rich, and yeah. So, Eric, thank you so much. I'll catch you in the green room in a minute. So yeah, there you go, everybody. I will see you on Tuesday for the Unsigned Review Live. The shout out is still live for that. So if you want to put a track in for that, please do. I get the feeling it'll be me on my own again, which is, you know, absolutely fine. Expect there to be rants and maybe some other bits and pieces, but we'll see how that goes. So I want to thank you. If you joined us at the beginning and you are still here now, you deserve a medal. You really do. I will see you Tuesday night for the Unsigned Review Live. Listen to PRF, and I'll see you soon. Have fun, people.
Thank you.